We are live. Yes. Hello, warrior princesses and queens. Today is Ladies' Day, but men, you're invited to be here too. Yep. Hi, you guys. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy to see you here. You're already signing on. There are lots of Emmas here today. Wonderful. Emma and Emma. Katie. Hi. And oh, Bernadelle is here. Yes, Ron, I love your comment, Ron. Thank you for being here. And we're hoping to get some things worked out today regarding belt and legit for the ladies. That's going to be our topic. You're all signing on. I'm so thrilled. Yes, Shin and her mom are here. Hi, you guys. Thank you for coming on. This is awesome. Hey, Katie. Wonderful. Claire, Dimitra. Wow. This is so cool. So today is all about the ladies. Yes. You know, if you're in New York City, or if you're going after to be a professional singer, you'll often come across these auditions that say, ladies, we want to hear you do both belt and legit. So this is something very particular to a woman's voice. So that's why we're doing it for the ladies today. But what's really fun, hey, John, see a man who's here. Wonderful. Hello, kings and warriors. You're here with us, and our goddesses and princesses and are here as well. Ladies and lads and young men and young women. I'm really thrilled you're all here. So they'll say belt and legit. So isn't that funny? Like for men, that isn't the case. You don't, and guys, it's just a hormonal thing. What it is for women, for whatever reason, we have a classical voice, you know, what we call legit, which is also on Broadway. We do a lot of legit singing, often with those traditional musicals like from Rodgers and Hammerstein, Lerner and Loewe. Those types of musicals especially are always legit. And then we have more of our belt, you know, which is the great Idina Menzel and those beautiful, you know, Liza Minnelli was probably one of the first to really bring out that true belting, or which we could say Judy Garland way back. Yeah, and for whatever reason, because of hormones, men, when you sing in the chest resonator, it doesn't change your voice. For us, if we have our classical soprano, mezzo soprano, it's got this classical sound, and then we switch over to a new resonator, which is our chest resonator, and it changes. So men, though, you have falsetto. We don't have falsetto, and that's when you guys sing really high, and then you switch your voice, and it sounds like a lady's voice. It's really crazy. Crazy good, crazy amazing. Oh, I'm still seeing you guys come on. This is so cool. Anita's here. Taylor, you're here. Fabulous, honey. Wonderful. Felicia's here. Harmony, hi, sweetheart. Glad you're here. Paula. Megan, hi. Hello. From Canada, Megan Grant is here. Well, thank you, honey. I'm so excited. You don't understand. This has been, what I did is I asked you guys, what questions do you have? And overwhelmingly, did I hear from the women? And the men did ask, a couple men asked about range, which we're going to talk about today. And you guys can hang in here and learn. I also got a question from a male teacher, maybe that's you, Ron, asking, how do I get my female students connected to their chest voice? So this is awesome for you teachers out there to give you some really great tools. But I overwhelmingly heard from the ladies, and with tons of questions, and I've got them right here. And so we're gonna just go through the questions right here and talk about, I'm just loving your comments, you guys, this is so cool. Anila, yes, good. Oh, Conchita, thank you, honey. This is so fun. Mayumi, you're here. Hello from Brazil is in the house. Hello from France. Hi, Tessa, so excited. Canada's here because I know Megan's here. And this is so cool. Okay, so these are the questions that I got. So let's just go through them really quick, and we're going to organize ourselves today really well. Okay, so question is, how do I go from my chest voice to mixed voice? Aha, that's a belting question. Some are asking, how do I get more vibrato? So that's about legit. Now, let me just say this really quickly. I believe that everybody has what I call a home base of where their voice actually lives. For example, Emma, we just worked the other day. You're a soprano first. You're a legit soprano first. And then I worked with Sophie last week, and she's only 12, but her voice, her home base is that Broadway sound, you know? So each of us has our own home base. So somebody asking me, Mary, how do I get more vibrato in my voice? I know very well that their home base is a pop or Broadway belter first. Now, I also got a question, Mary, how do I get more straight tone in my voice? How do I take away the vibrato? There, I understand that question comes from a classical singer who wants to do more pop, wants to have more of the belt voice. So that's what we're going to do today. So everybody comes from a different home base. It doesn't mean you can't do the other style as well, or maybe even better. It just means, how do you roll out of bed in the morning with your voice? For me, because I've studied, you know, I have a master's in vocal performance with classical training. And so that's my home base. But then I learned how to connect to my other sound, my chest voice, my Broadway voice, my pop voice. And I want to give you those tools today to be really, really, truly healthy. You're asking, Cynthia, it takes more energy to hold vibrato in the higher range? No, it does not. So we'll go over that. If you don't have natural vibrato in the high notes, it means you're not a first soprano. Nope. There's some people that believe the natural voice doesn't have vibrato, and you can sing very high with no vibrato, with vibrato. So it doesn't have anything to do with range. It's about a release that we have. So we'll be able to cover that. Kind of fun to already be answering questions, right? But are you more likely to get hired in your home base style? Well, if you're in your home base and that's what you do, and you're doing an audition for that, you know, that's great. Like if you're a pop singer first and you're going in up against classical sopranos, that's their home base, and singing a high C is easy for them. They've been doing it their whole lives and they just sing high Cs, and that's new for you. That might be harder to get that job, you know, but if they need legit and belt, it's very possible. Okay, here's some more of the questions. How do I find my chest voice? What's the best warm-up for range? We're going to do that first. High notes, legit high notes. You're already asking about them. Mixed voice. How do I do a really good mixed voice? And again, the passaggio. That's a big question. How do I go through the passaggio? And that some people call their break. I don't say break because I don't think you're broken. I use the Italian word, which is passaggio, which means the passage. It's like the bridge between the low range and the higher range. So we're going to get, you know, bust that myth today. We're going to figure out how to do that. So exercises for your range, that's great. Safe high notes, yes. How to go about learning a new song. That is such a great question. That came from a young man, I believe. And I love that question, and we're going to be putting all of these exercises on a lot of different songs today. It's not about just singing one song like I usually do. We're going to touch on so many songs. Some of you have seen the list that I have there. I've added to the list, subtracted from the list. So have your iPhone ready to go with lyrics. If you need to catch lyrics quickly, have that ready to go. Okay, because we're going to also talk about how do you prepare a new song, which is really another workshop in itself, but at least I can give you kind of the head start on it. We're not going to do Katie Christine's high E today. Next week, I'm going to probably do an advanced legit class, and that's where we will really work on the super, super, super high notes. Today, we don't have time for that because I got to get to all this material, but next week, my plan is to do a advanced legit class, and that's for you men too. So that's men and ladies next week, next Wednesday, which will be, you know, classical, legit, the full range, really super high. We'll touch on it today for sure, but we're not going to do it over and over. Okay. Shin, don't worry about, she says, how do I tell what range I have? Don't worry about that. We're going to do that next. You're going to find out. Yeah. Okay. So, How do I hold a note? That's an interesting way to say it. High notes, vowel modification, that's interesting. And also staccato and coloratura. I think that came from Bianca. And next week, we'll really work on staccato and coloratura for the legit voice. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna warm up. And we're gonna warm up in regards to our resonators. So what we're really working on today is how we resonate the tone. That's going to be the main focus today, is how are we resonating the tone? So the dominant resonator for everybody is what I call the front passage. These beautiful bones in your face, these are bones and cartilage, and they surround air pockets. Let me grab my bottle. They surround air pockets like this bottle, and they vibrate. So we're going to be really focusing on that dominant resonator. And then we're also, a little bit after, we're going to focus on the chest resonator, which is this area for the ladies. So that's another resonator we're going to focus on. Okay? But before we do that, we have to understand breath and support. We can't jump to high notes. We can't jump to how do I belt? We can't jump to any of the resonance until we have our breath and our support, which is our inhale and our exhale. Our inhale and our support, how to make sure that our vocal cords are protected and they're not hurting. Those are the two elements that we have to have in place before we can go to anything else. Now, a lot of you guys have already seen me. Thank you, Migla. You saying front passage, yes. Some of you have already done my first two lessons. This is wonderful. Lesson number 1, I go through breath and support so meticulously. So if you still have questions, go back to that after the lesson today. It's a 3-hour class. The first 2 hours are really about breath support and resonance, but we're going to review it today for sure. So don't worry. But I just want you to know those two things are most important. So here's the question. How do I warm up? So, number 1, did you make your bed today? Did you clean your room? So maybe it's not spick and span. I still have a few dishes in the sink. But what Stravinsky said, who's a great composer, he said that music is organized chaos. And you have to have your environment where you are cleaned up so we can go be messy in our work. So go get a pen, go get a piece of paper, and write a few things down here about what you're going to do before you even get into your warm-up. And that's my number 1 first thing to do. If you can't do anything, make your bed. Just make your bed. Isn't that crazy? You think I'm crazy now, don't you? Looking over at your bed, Katie, and going, okay. So that's something to put on your list. And great, Emma, you always make your bed. I'm a Scorpio, but I have Virgo rising, and I understand that Virgos are very organized. So some of us are like, gotta get it cleaned up. But that's one thing. Okay, the next thing is water. Have water nearby. We are the instrument, so we're going to have to stay hydrated. Of course, you want to eat a good meal before you sing. Just think of yourself as an athlete. So you've got to have good energy. That's super, super important. And they used to tease me when I was in North Carolina doing a whole bunch of shows. I would always carry around a big old jug, and they'd say, Mary has a jug of water. She's got the jug of water. Because if you get thirsty, it's too late. So we want to have that water nearby. Okay, good. Yeah, I always put my water now in a really lovely glass. Yeah, pretty cool, right? Yeah, so we'll take a drink. The next thing I want to tell you, Everybody, if you can do this, have a recorder going during the lesson today. The reason is that we cannot hear our own voice. Our ears are back here. So if you're trying to check your voice and make it sound good, you are in trouble. Instead, we're going for vibration today, right? We're working on resonance. So we're going to focus in on resonance and on vibration, not on sound. When I was working with a young lady last week, she's an incredible belter, and it was like she was singing these high belting notes because her breath and support were right, and it was amazing. And she goes, "But Mary, it sounds raspy." I said, "Does your throat hurt? Does it feel raspy?" She said, "No, it feels great. It feels so comfortable." I said, "Okay, that's the vibration in your ear. You're not hearing the sound you used to hear because you used to try to make it right. Now it's just vibration and overtones," which we'll look at overtones later. And so please have a recorder going. Okay? So you've made your bed, you have a recorder, you have your glass of water, you had a good meal in the morning. Try to avoid dairy if you can, because dairy adds phlegm and we don't want phlegm on our throat. How are you doing so far? Excellent. You haven't had breakfast yet. I know. Well, you guys can probably get away with it, but remember, you are now an athlete. Okay. So what we're going to do now is do our warm-up. Okay. So what we need to do first is think about breathing. Now, so many of us, if I ask you all, take a really big breath now, just breathe, take a huge breath. Now, I can't see you, but I can imagine that a lot of you went, well, yeah, that's what I call the panic breath. So let's go right away with this. We have to set up our breath and support. And again, if you don't have this clear, we're not going to be able to go forward and get your beautiful range and your high notes and everything else. Okay, so you've heard me ask you this before. It's a wonderful review if you've heard it already. I've taught it 5,000 times, and it's a wonderful review for me too, So show me, where are your lungs? And the reason I ask you this is we are going to breathe, learn to breathe like we breathe when we're sleeping at night. We're going to have the same breath. I'm going to be a little Pavarotti right now, and I'm already sweating because it's hot here and we don't have air conditioning. Okay, love it. So why would we have to learn how to breathe like the body knows? Why don't we wake up just breathing like the body breathes? Why would that be? Any guesses? Aha, I've got a couple students here like Katie who already know how to take a big breath. You didn't go up into the high panic breath. Well, it can be panic, right? It can be panic. It can be avoiding emotions. So just remember, like my dear friend Emily Autumn, who has shared the story, and also Sophia said I could tell her name, that the breath was up here. And one of my students has a heart condition, and we got the breath back down here to the bottom of the lungs. Crazy, tingles in the arms. So let's do this. Where are the lungs? Here are the lungs. Good. So to breathe at night, where are we going to breathe? At the top or the bottom? You're right, bottom of the lungs. That's all. Where's the famous diaphragm? Aha, the diaphragm is this muscle. What kind of muscle is it? It's like the heart. Good, Emily Autumn. Yes, you're such a good student. You got it. It's an involuntary muscle. So what does that mean? That means that we can't move it. Can't move it with our brain. We can't say move. Move, diaphragm. No. So why is the diaphragm even there? They call it the breathing muscle. What the heck? What do you do before warm up? One, make your bed, water. Yep. Eat a healthy meal. Yep. Keep recording nearby. Record yourself. I love it. You are taking notes. Good girl. I love it, love it, love it. Involuntary muscle. You're coming on in. I love it. Okay. After singing, you've been cracking a little going back to your speaking voice, but it doesn't hurt. Now, this is a really important, I'm glad you're saying this right now. Just know, you guys, we have muscle memory in our neck and stuff like that. And the muscles, when we're going to be learning the real support, the muscles are like, well, wait, what's happening? We usually hold this. What are you doing? And the muscles may release and then come back and release again, crack. So that means that you're like, no, I'm trying to, Mary's showing me a new way. So just hang in with me. Okay. So here's our two balloons, the lungs in the chest, and they need to blow up. So how does that happen? You guys know, nobody tells you this. Phrenic nerve. There's a phrenic nerve in our neck on either side. And this nerve says, Mary has to breathe. Oh my God, she can't, the lungs, those two balloons, they don't know how to blow up. So it has to blow up through physics. So it sends a signal to the diaphragm. The diaphragm says, got it, boss. It contracts, it drops down. And Megan Grant taught me this. I love this word. It creates a negative pressure. I always say vacuum, but I love thinking of it as a negative pressure. So suddenly air comes into the lungs, and now we have air in our lungs. How crazy is that? So cool. So, but when the diaphragm drops down, it pushes aside these organs, so the tummy has to come out. And I've had a lot of private students this week, new students. One young man, amazing range, everything, but he was having problems with his passaggio. He was having problems with having the clarity all the way through his range. So you have to have your support from here. So what was happening is the inhale, though, he wasn't releasing his belly. It was all up here. And then Passaggio work, okay? Going through the Passaggio. So whoever asks about Passaggio and asks about going through your chest voice to your mix, this is so important. So guys and gals, we have to release the muscles here because the diaphragm is pushing aside the organs, creating that negative pressure so the air can come in. So just surrender your tummy forward. That's all. So instead of here and up, no, we're going to go here and down. Yeah. Now, I would suggest to just think about starting the air here and then going down and thinking of the tummy going out. Now, watch my hand back here. Oh, you see how this actually expanded out? A lot of teachers I've found out lately have been really focusing on everybody to think about their back and try to get air back there and try to put air on the sides and go out this way. But the fact is because the diaphragm is dropping down, if we with our mind are trying to push this out, it jams. And in jamming, we don't get an economical breath. You might get some air, but it's not going to be easy. I want this to be easy. We got to do 8 shows a week. I want it to be easy. And if you're not even a professional singer and you don't even I want you to have the ease when you're singing in your car and you can sing on your 6-hour trip and sing the whole time and not get tired. How cool is that? So we're just streamlining it. We're just streamlining it. So you have, oh, right, Jess, you have a hernia. So that's fun with the acid reflux. Yeah, but I got to tell you, it's interesting because even beautiful Riley from musical theater videos, she said I could share that, you know, she had a lot of surgeries here and using this breath has actually healed it. She used to have pain, no more pain. So just try not to be scared. Just see what happens. Just see if you can kind of surrender and let it be, okay? And then we're going to do the support. So that is the inhale. Now I know, beautiful Emma, you love this sheet. I'm sharing this sheet with you. This is my secret method, you guys. I call it the revolutionary send. So what we just did was breath. We're doing breath, support, and resonance. Those are the first 3 we're going to work on. So we just did inhale. Now we're going to go directly to exhale. Any questions on that? Can you breathe that way if you are sitting? Totally. I can breathe if I'm just like hanging out. Just surrender your tummy. Sitting, I can breathe with that way with my legs up like this. I'm not doing this. I'm just here, hanging out. Okay, so you can breathe. You don't have to be in a perfect position. Please don't worry about perfect positions. I've always showed off, I can be anywhere. Don't have to be in a perfect position to sing. You just have to have your breath. And now we're going to do support next. Any other question? Oh, good. And understand it. I love it. You're welcome. It's a good question. Keep them coming. You're sitting, Phantom, and you can sit and you can do it. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, it's even easier when you're lying down. I'm not going to go to the floor right now because I got you guys all hooked up to microphones and lights. But just know that even, in fact, Sophia, when we did this, she was hanging out and just releasing, like before you go to sleep at night, I was just going to say the floor or on your bed, but before you go to sleep, just check it out. Just let your tummy rise and fall. So the gravity really helps when you're lying down. It's awesome. Okay, excellent, good. So that's number one, inhale. So again, this is how the body works. This is how you breathe in when you sleep at night. Notice we're not going up here. If you still feel like you're up here, you might have to even push your tummy out a little bit. If you're a dancer, if you're a model, if you're somebody that's held your tummy in tight because your mother told you to from, little girl or little boy, or if you just worry about, hey, when I do yoga or when I do my calisthenics, I keep my core solid. We're now doing what I call change the channel. We're changing from yoga, model, ballerina to singer, actor, human being. We're now human being. So just take an inhale. Now notice I'm not saying tank up. Don't even worry. Just take an inhale. Now, do any of you feel weird? Do you feel a little dizzy? When I did this with another student last week, she was yawning because every breath had been up here and suddenly she had air. And so she kept yawning. I said, good, keep yawning. Another student said, oh my God, I'm dizzy. I said, good, just keep breathing and be dizzy. It's perfect. You find that your ballet experience growing up, you played a lot of poised characters. That's right, Laura, you really did. Yeah, it gets in the way of your proper breathing. So again, it's not like Dancer Channel is wrong. We just have to say, change it over now. And I was just looking at Bella Thorne and I have an interview. I wanna put it up for you guys to see this interview. And she just kept talking about how this breath, she still has to say, okay, come on, release, let yourself have this breath. Because often when we're little, like we'll hold our breath to try to just, not have any conflict. So it's practiced. Okay, so that's the inhale. Any other, when attempting to sing higher notes or longer notes, should we try to tank up or still avoid that? It's a good question, Gabriela. Right now, I would suggest don't worry about it. Don't tank up yet. Of course, in classical music, we have high notes, they go long, they're gonna, but right now, let's just see. Because look, I haven't even taken a breath. I'm going to just, nothing at all. It's just like a small breath. And I didn't tank up. I just took a little breath. So just practice it kind of little by little, okay? Because what I don't want is for you to go, that will be in trouble. Yeah, maybe it's stress, Emma, from that high breath. But don't worry, we're going to get to the support now. Is it Diane or Dion? Yeah, isn't it wonderful to say singer, actor, human being? This is really being a human being. And that's why, like Emily, who suddenly had tingles coming down her hands for the first time. So did Sophia. These tingles coming down was like a waterfall getting this first breath. It's like the blood starts moving in a real way. that it had been constricted before. So this is amazing. Okay, we're going to get to that question, Conchita. So here we go, but that's a little down the line. Now, we got breath. Let's go to support. Support, if you don't have support, you can't sing a high note. If you don't have the right support, you can't get through your passaggio. And support, so many teachers say support, or others say things that I think go against what the body actually does. So again, we want to do what the body is built to do. So let's think about support for a minute. Where's the support of my building? I live on the 16th floor. Where's the support? In the foundation, right? So we've got the lungs, we've got the diaphragm. We know the diaphragm is involuntary, so we don't want to hold it. A lot of teachers say support from the diaphragm. They don't, it's kind of a folklore phrase. We really mean support from under the diaphragm. So I call it belly button. So if my belly button's here, I go here and maybe an inch below. So something like right here. And this is the place where these ab muscles down here, when we sneeze, they go in. Achoo! When we laugh, let's all laugh together. Ha 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 ha. You see how it goes in? Ha 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 ha. Come on, laugh. Ha ha ha. That action brings a pressure so that the vocal cords don't hit each other and harm them. It keeps it so they're very supple. So also when we sneeze, when we cough, this is the action that the body uses. So this is the action that we're honing for our support. So this S exercise is everything. This is part of the warm up, just to go, if you want to get to the breath and the support quickly, we're going to go right to an S. So start with me like this. Easy breath, inhale, the tummy releases out. Now you see my sternum? That's popping out because I have no tension here. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm not making it pop out. It's just popping out because that's the pressure that's just going to be actually healing. It's going to make it so that we don't have any tension in our throat. S. So one more thing, as we inhale, yes, Bernadette, super belly button. That's what I call it. Let's say it together. Super belly button. That's going to be our key. Super belly button. The belly button goes in easily for the high notes, but for the low notes, belly button goes out. Nope. No, no, no. Why would your belly button go out if you're expelling air? I'm always singing. I'm sending. This is one of answering that question about holding a note. We're not holding a note. We're sending a note. Va. Now the pressure will change. The pressure will change, but not going out. So that's a misconception that when I go up, the belly, I'm just going to do a classical scale again. Okay, so always in. Now let's connect it to our lip trill. Let's do S. Oh, the lips are moving, and it's like the vibration is like two balls, or actually the energy from the belly button, it's like two balls spinning around each other. Now, to tell you quickly, when we sing a higher note, we need more support for those higher notes, like you were saying, and the balls are going to spin faster. When we come down, it keeps moving in. It's just a longer pressure. The balls are spinning lower, slower, I mean to say, higher. Okay, so it's always moving in. Make sense? Why are you saying no? Oh, because Jess said something. What did Jess say? Not sure. Okay, belly button goes in easily. Yeah. Okay. Okay, if you can't trill your lips, because this is going to be one of our really good warm up. Some of you won't like it. So can you do, for those who can't do the lips, can you do your tongue? Is that possible? Tell me. Okay, Lily. So when we do, we're gonna worry about high notes later. Right now, just do this S. Good. Do you get that, Lily? I'm jumping ahead because I'm going a little faster than I did on quarantine lesson number 1. So you can always review that too. But just do an S. Now laugh. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. That's the action we want. The diaphragms drop down for the inhale. And now we're working and the diaphragm's relaxing. So it's kind of like this scooping energy. You have a wound right there, so it's hard. I totally understand. You just do what you can, Jess, okay? Because this, you don't want to open up a wound, that's for sure. So just do it really softly. Did that make sense, Marga? Yeah, totally feel belly spinning. I can make them go faster, and that's the only way to hit the high notes. Yes, and there's going to be another thing we're going to add to that, okay? So don't worry about high notes yet. We got to do step by step, everybody. That's really important. What's happened is like we want to go final performance. We have to get everything organized. It's kind of like we're putting together our car, our like really, you know, high speed, amazing, you know, that's just like Rolls Royce, something that's extra special. And we're putting it, we're building it, we're putting it all together. Vocal agility, everything's connected to support. Is vocal agility connected to support? Absolutely. Okay, but we'll keep talking, okay? So here we go. Lily, is that right? What's a wound? Lily, somebody had some surgery here and she has some pain there, which is a wound. So don't worry about it. You don't have a wound. It was just a particular question for Jess. Okay. Yay. Okay. So we got the S. Let's do it together. Nice. Now we're going to hook up our breath and our support, that energy moving in on the S with your voice. Okay. So let's go back to our first resonator. Our first resonator is here. Lily, tell me how old you are, honey. I need to know how old you are too. Okay, so here's our first resonator, the front passage resonator.
Just a moment. Well, I'm no spring.
Oh, this is funny.
Winter bee.
Okay, so here's our first resonator. So we're going to now think about these beautiful bones and resonators around our mouth. This is actually where you speak from. If some of you are talking in your throat like this, yeah. So Lily, you're a teenager. So just know if you're talking in your throat like this, if you're talking like that, do any of you talk like that? Do you talk like that, Lily? Dolores is 11. You guys are really young, so you have to really go step by step, okay? And if you have a question, that's fine. But we have to go step by step. Perfect. Good. I'm glad you don't talk there. That's awesome. So what we want to do, that's called vocal fry. And we have these beautiful vocal cords in our throat. And they vibrate. And they're part of your talent. Absolutely. But this is something that all of you guys, I think, are old enough to know. There's a quantum theory that says if you focus on a molecule, it changes the molecule. So we are not going to focus on our throat, not for legit and not for belt. We're going to focus only, like I told you before, about sensation of vibration. And right now, we're going to think about just our mouth. So let's do an S together. Good. And now you're going to go for vibration around your mouth. Oh, good. I have all ages here. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is terrific. Yes, in the 20s, a little older, and also teens and early teens. Okay. Perfect. So we do an S. Now, same action, moves in and go for vibration around your mouth. Mmm. Beautiful. Now you're going to chew. Mmm. Ooh, do you feel vibration, you guys? Do you feel vibration? Beautiful. That's what we want. And you're going to be able to listen to it later in your recorder, okay? Now, we are going to now put vibration here with the lips. It's like you're a little kid and you're doing S, S. Now the same action in, and see if your lips vibrate. Can you do that? Who can do it and who cannot? Your teeth are moving. Don't clench your jaw. If your teeth are moving, maybe it means you're clenching your jaw. Just release your mouth. You don't want your teeth clenching. Just let them release. And if they're moving, it just means that you feel vibration because your teeth are bone as well. So you're feeling the vibration all around it. You can. You can't. Okay. So Raven, you can't. Raven, can you do a tongue trill? We're going to get to vibrato. You got to hold your horses, Marga. Okay. We're going to get there, I promise. Can you do that? Okay. So either or. Now, you can also cheat. You can push up your lips and do that. Okay. Want to try? And the belly button keeps moving in. If your lips stop, it means you're not sending. If I hold, doesn't work. So in other words, we're not going to hold a note. For you guys who are asking about how do I hold a long note, the first thing we're going to understand is we are going to send the note. And right now we're sending through the belly button. That's right. Good, good, good. Don't worry about age. I was asking Lily. You don't have to share your age. Okay, let's push up. Belly button. Yes, good, Lynn. I love it. We got everybody. See, everybody needs to be singing, whether you're, a preteen or you're in your, 103. I want everybody to have their voice. It's yours to have. Okay, moving in. Good. So let's now go to the range, up what I call the floors of the front passage. Now this is connected to any, whether you're legit or belt, or men if you're a baritone or a tenor, this is all the same. So you want to know about how to sing high notes? Here we go. When we go up the scale, we're thinking about going up this dominant resonator straight up. Now notice I'm not saying back here. We don't want to open up the back. I did get a question about airiness. If you're airy, that means you're opening too much. I'm spitting on my own computer. Instead, we want the back to be naturally closed here. Now, if you're really nasal, if you're like, that's too much. You need to open more. But if you're too open and it's dissipated, you want to close the back and just have lots of vibration in the front. Okay? Cool. Great, Conchita. Night, night. Have a good night. Don't worry. Okay, now we're going to go up the scale with either the lip trill or the tongue trill. Lip trill. If you can't do either of those, you can do a hum. Okay, those are your three choices, but I prefer the lip trill. No, you're doing everything perfectly. Okay, so here we are at middle C. Now, some of you asked, okay, do I have to read music? Yeah, it helps to read music. It helps a lot. But right now, if you don't read music, I'm going to be talking about things that you can understand. Middle C is the middle of the piano. That's kind of the middle for all of us, even men and women. Middle C right here. So what we're going to do, we're going to do this wonderful exercise going up and down the scale. First of all, let's think of going straight up. And we need more energy of our support as we go up. So we're going to get into our legs as we go up for the higher notes. Now, again, I don't care about whether you're legit or belt first. Whatever your home base is, this is for everybody. You're fine. Just do it where it's easy for you. Okay? Awesome. So we're going to go straight up. We have one more thing to add, and that's the physics of high notes. So I've got these two bottles. And there's space in them. This has more space than this bottle. I'm going to blow into this bottle right now. La, and has that much space. This bottle has less space. Will the note be higher or lower when I blow into the bottle? Da. It's going to be higher than that or lower than that? Can you tell me? Let's find out. Emma, let's see if you're right. She says higher. So less space. Emma says higher. La. Yes. So that, great. You guys are so good. You're all guessing correctly. This is great. So what does that mean? What that means is when we sing a higher note, the vocal cords are longer and skinnier and they vibrate quicker and they create a smaller space. So what we're going to think of as the singer is as we go up the scale, we're going to think of a pyramid shape or like a triangle going straight up. And that is about singing high notes effortlessly. Here is the answer to your question. Meanwhile, we have to have more energy of support. So belly button down is your support. So the belly button's moving in. We can add our legs on this exercise. Let's try this. Use your hands and go into this pyramid shape like that, with your belly button moving in the whole time. You ready? Do an S. Same action. Breathe and. Oh, there you go. One more time. S. Now, I say S because I want you to pretend you're going to do another S, but instead you start the lip trill. It's really an attack, like starting a car. We're really moving that in. S, and. Amazing. There you go. Now we're going to put pitch on this. And I want you all to think about your dream. What's your dream in life? We're going to use our fourth wall. This is now on the acting side, the emotional side of my method. Where's my sheet? Don't know. So we're going to use the imaginary fourth wall. That's the imaginary wall between you and the audience. So we are going to now practice putting our, what I call personalization on the fourth wall. So I want you to think about your personalization, your personal dream. Do you have a dream? And is there somebody in that dream with you? Maybe it's your parents driving you to New York, you know, or maybe it's somebody that you just really want to have in your life. Or maybe it's being on a Broadway stage and you can see the dream right there. Or maybe it's winning an award that you want to win, that you're in a competition right now. Maybe it's just getting out of quarantine and going and having a party with your friends. It can just be something that is important to you, even if you think nobody else would think it's important. We're going to now put that dream on your fourth wall. Yes, Kat, to be able to perform in musical theater. That's right. We can't get together right now. So let's use our quarantine time right now and sing through it. We're going to put that on your fourth wall. So if there's a person related to that, if there's a place, like a particular stage, you're just going to see it on your fourth wall right now. Okay, because we have to do that in our work. That's part of connecting the technique with your emotions. And then your technique is going to be so much easier when you're doing legit, when you're doing belt. It's really, really cool. Great, Shin. Yeah, I can be part of your dream. Put me up there too. I love it. Yeah, we're going to go do the work. Good, good, good. Let's see whether it's your person or the stage, whatever your friends that you haven't seen, you want somebody to hug. Is there somebody you haven't seen you'd love to hug? So we'll do an S together. See the person. Now we're going to go into our legs on the high note. Why would I do that? We'd go into our legs on the high note so that we're training the body that belly button down is what we need for support. And the higher note needs more energy of support. And just doing a knee bend does that. Isn't that crazy? And at the same time, we are going to release the neck. So you're going to see your person on the fourth wall. You're going to release your neck. Really surrender this. Right, Emma? We did this the other day. It was wonderful. S. And you're going to come back to your person on the fourth wall. Now, that belly button moving in is sending it, and we're guiding it straight up our front passage here. Do that with me. S, and this, I think, should be the first warm up for everybody. We're going to go up the scale now. I love that you're the opera ghost, Mr. Phantom. That's really fun. I love it, love it, love it. So put your favorite stage on that. If it's a Phantom of the Opera stage, put it right there. That's it. So now we're going to add pitch to this. And the reason, remember the question about cracking? I'm training your muscles right now here not to hold anymore. Because if you haven't been doing the right support, meaning if you were like not doing any support and you just grab here, or if you said, oh, I do the high notes and then I don't need support anymore, you're going to grab somewhere else to add support, which isn't correct support. But so if you're going to do it my way now and do this and follow through here, the muscle memory is saying, wait a minute, didn't we used to crack here? And then you go, no, I'm trying Mary's way now. So if you crack, don't worry, but just stay committed to the belly button and move. If you're moving your head, you can't hold. Okay, here we go. See your person, S, and. Now, we're guiding it straight up. We're kind of going up the floors. Is it going bigger or smaller? Right, smaller. It's going to keep going. Tiny, tiny on top. You ready? S. You feel it there? Are you feeling the vibration? Don't listen. Just go for that beautiful sensation. It's going higher, and we need those balls are going to spin faster. Great, great, great. And we're going to really get into those legs. When you go higher, you really want to let this go and let the belly button and the legs do all the work. So as we get higher and higher, that's what we're going. Good. How you doing? Your neighbors upstairs are screaming a lot. Oh, I'm sorry, Kat. That sucks. Yes, you're going to tell your muscles, we're doing it this way now, guys. Good. You're getting this? Wonderful, Vivana. S, and. Small on top. Do you know what I mean by S? You do S. Pretend you do another S. Or if you're doing the tongue trill, S. If you're doing the M, S. Keep thinking of the higher floors. Here we go. Lip trill, S. S. N. S. Now, don't skip. Don't go. We have to go through it. Where we are right now is in the passaggio. With the passaggio, we need more energy of the support, meaning the belly button moving in. You're really going to commit to that. And as we go through these passaggio notes, this is a B flat to an F. The passaggio notes are B natural and E natural. So you don't have to understand that, but if you read music, that's good to know. But you do have to understand that this particular area, we have to really, what I'll say is compartmentalize. If you go open, it doesn't work. No, we're not going around it. As Julia Roberts once said, it was like, what's your favorite quote? She said, let's go through it, not around it. It's not about getting to the high note. It's about going through the phrase to the high note and then back down. How do we make it smaller? Just think. The thought of it is enough. And we need more energy of support. Get into those beautiful legs for the high note. Release your neck. Yeah, Maria, if you're a contralto, you might have a little different passaggio area. That's correct. So this will be quite high for you, but just let it be smaller here. There are some people with different vocal ranges and maybe, but it's very small percentage. So thank you for asking. You're in a small percentage, Maria. Here we go. S, S, N. S. Tiny on top. S. Now, those of you who are talking about the high E for Christine, here we go. This is an exercise that'll get you up there. We've got to go tiny, tiny, tiny. It's like Minnie Mouse now. Any men that join me, you'll feel this pressure very tight. It'll be a tight space. Ladies, it's just the sparkly Tinkerbell. We're going into Tinkerbell land. And it's in the attic now. I keep keeping the picture. It's in the attic. It's tiny straight up. But notice it's not back here. I'm not saying go back. We're going straight up. This is important for your legit. S. Legs. Scoop it in. Tiny. Itty bitty. You got it? Really small. You getting it, Emma? Tiny. S. Coming down, but stay up there. S. Tiny, still in the attic. Minnie Mouse. Slowly coming down now. Now we're about here. We're coming down the floors. We were just in the attic. Now we're coming down. Feel that here. Keep the belly button moving in. S. Belly button. Belly button attacks in. Keep in the front passage. Now we're down here. We're down here, and we're going to keep going low. Let it still stay at this floor. We don't push down right now. We're not pushing down at all. We're just letting it really live around your mouth. Notice the energy of the belly button moving in now is longer. It's not around your mouth. One more. Excellent. Yes, we're going to go into a chest voice next, Kat. You have to have this first. Don't worry. Don't jump ahead, guys. I'm with you. Don't worry. Yeah, we have to warm up our full range no matter what. If you're a belter first, you still have to do this exercise. You have to get your full range, even if it's not where your best notes are, where you're going to perform the music. We want to be like a ballerina. Like, let's say a ballerina is only going to stretch to here. They have to stretch all the way up to the top. They can't just do half. So right now, we're just getting our voice just, this exercise, I call it's like singing with training wheels on. It's really fun because we're learning what we need with the support. For the higher notes, has to be the ball spinning faster. We need to understand the lower notes. We need to know the passaggio. So that is the first exercise. If we're going to really decide what exercises we're going to have, if you like it, that's your first exercise. If you're like, Mary, I don't like this one. It really bothers me. I can't do it. Then we're going to move on and not make that your favorite. But if you like that exercise, pretty darn awesome. So what do you mean you're shook, Migle? What do you mean? It's hard to keep up with the breathing today. It's okay. It's like, do the S and can you do the S? Emma Fox, can you do the S? If you can do the S, you're all set. That's all we need right now. Also, I told you I was going to go a little faster today, so you might want to go back to quarantine lesson number 1. I am going to go on quicker. The belly button really helped me hit the high notes, and my voice used to crack. Okay, good. So if did you guys sing the highest one going straight up? We went up to the high E. And if you sang with the piano all the way up to the high E, that's Christine's high E. So you've got a voice that can do that. Whatever you can do on the lip trill, you can do in for real. What type of scale were you doing? This was going up and down a fifth. So Lily said, it's funny because it's easy to hit the high notes in exercise. Yeah. So but it's harder in the song. Okay. But this is why we do exercises, because then we do it in the exercise and then we bring it to song. Okay. So here we go. Good, Michelle. You like this one. Great. I like it too for that. It's great because if you're doing it wrong, you're not going to hurt yourself. With a lip trill, if you're doing the support wrong or it's not going well, it means we have to get connected like the body really works. So breath, support. Let's do the S again. Now we're going to connect it to our mouth. And chew. Now say me. Good. You see how the belly button moves in? Say meh. Tell me. Say ma. Ma. Got that? Excellent. So the next exercise that will be on our warm-up list will be staccato. The reason why I want to do staccato, that it's short, is because it really gets us connected to support. It's going to really tell us the truth if we're in our correct support. So let's do little breaths in between. We're just going to speak right now. Notice I'm doing a lot of talking. That's going to be very important for us moving into our belt legit. So let's say me, little breath, me, ma. Say that with me. Me, me, ma. Got it? Good. Now we're going to add pitch to that. Middle C. So you're going to feel it right around your mouth. That's all. Me, me, ma. Try that again. And me, me, ma. If you put your hands here, you can go for that vibration. Good. Now we're going to go up a half step. Belly button. Me. Little breath. Me, ma. Me. mi, ma, ma. Good. Now, we can also do staccato, re-attacking the belly button without taking a breath in between. Mi, ma, ma. Try that with me. Mi, ma, ma. I'm using the M so you can feel lots of vibration around the mouth. Want to try that again? Mi, ma, ma. Beautiful. So what are you saying, honey? I could do it, but it was really quiet. You never knew you could hit it. Oh, you did the high E. Awesome. Quiet's good. Singing in quiet high E, that's kind of crazy. It might have sounded quiet in your ear. See, that's why. Listen to it later on the recording. I have a feeling it's going to be really loud in the room. You're just not listening anymore. And so you can't hear it. If it's loud in your ear, it might be soft out here or covered. If you can't hear it, I bet you anything is loud out here. Good. Okay, we're still in your home base right now. That means if you have vibrato, great. If you don't have vibrato right now, please don't worry. We're doing home base ease wherever your voice lives naturally. Then I promise we're going to go right to both legit and to belt. So we're going to play this funny game of catch. There you go. You hit the high E. You see what I'm talking about? You're watching. Oh, that's so cool. She's going to be the lioness. This is great. So let's do this exercise together. Remember I told you we're all athletes? We're going to really be athletes now. So we've got our belly button, and belly button down is support. So we've got your legs. Do this with your legs. Me. Say that. Me. Again. Me. Belly button moves in. Me. So it has to be me. Now speak. Me, me, ma. Do that. Me, me, ma. Me, me, ma. Do that. Me, me, ma. Now we're going to punch. The belly button moves in. Me, me, ma. We won't do this with our fists, but we'll just push it up. Good. Now we are going to do 3 floors. Remember I said the floors go up the scale. Mi, ma, ma. So if the first note is going to feel more around your cheeks. Mi, me, ma. Say that to me. Mi, me, ma. Mi, me, ma. Say that. Mi, me, ma. Now around your mouth. Mi, me, ma. And mi, me, ma. Mi, ma, ma. Say that with me. Mi, ma, ma. Ah, good. So we've got mi, me, ma living on 3 different floors. And we're going to keep going up the scale. Now we go up the scale. This is for high notes, guys. You want to sing high notes? This is how we learn. It's going to be a smaller space every time we go up. But we're going to have fun because we're going to also send. We're going to like punch it out. We're going to push and kick. Why am I doing that? You're an athlete. We're getting our body warmed up. It's not just about your vocal cords. It's getting the belly button down as support. This part is free. And we're going to let it live in the beautiful front passage resonators on the floors. Here we go. Out of talking, now we're going to sing it. Me, ma, ma, to me. Me, ma, ma. Listen. Me, ma, ma, to me. Me, ma, ma. Listen. Me, ma, ma. 3 floors. Me, ma, ma. Oh, it got smaller up there. Me, ma, ma. Try that. Me, ma, ma. More energy of belly button on the top one. Ready? Me, ma, ma. Okay. Now we're going to change from mi, me, ma to viveva. And we're going to make it more legit. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it sparkle on top. Viveva. Try that with me. Viveva. Now what we have to understand is the jaw is free. The jaw does not hold, and the tongue is also free. The tongue is relaxed behind the teeth here. Say viveva. Say that for me in the front. Viveva. The v has a lot of vibration, right? So to get to classical legit here, we're going to really let it sparkle on top. Viveva. Try that with me. Viveva. V as in Victor. So the reason I'm using V is because it has that kind of little vibration. For the legit, we're going to think of it sparkling on top. So every note we're entering on top. Try that with me. Belly button bounces in. Good. Now try here. Try that. Sorry, wrong note. Try that. Good. Now the reason I'm using E is you can feel more vibration with E, but it has to be very vertical. We don't want it to be va. We want for legit lots of vibration, lots of overtone going into it. So now try this legato. So we're going to throw the ball, but we're always going to throw it for legit on top, because we want it to sparkle on top. Viva. And you're going to move your jaw. Ready? And viva. Now, to get your vibrato, if you don't have it, first of all, don't worry about it, because viva is really lovely too, because you're on top. So try this, ladies. We're going to go viva. So you're going to go back and forth between a note, and then you're going to just do, it's called a trill. So you're going to trill it back and forth, and you're just going to have fun with it. The belly button has to lead it. Viva. Try that again. This is good. Belly button. Viva. Now, those of you who are sopranos first, try do the first notes really straight tone and then go into vibrato, okay? But those of you who can't find your vibrato, just stay straight and then do the trill and just kind of let it release. Here we go, belly button. Viva. Good. I know it's kind of, we're like playing. We're playing with it to get it nice and released. Let me read your comments. The economical breath is breathing at the bottom of the lungs, doing an S. It's not trying to breathe a different way other than how the body works. That's what I call the economical breath. Didn't think you could mix martial arts with singing. Yep, pretty cool, right? Laura, I can imagine it's pinging. You're amazing. So, Bernadette, if you're sometimes doing vibrato, that's amazing. We're just getting used to your instrument. You're just learning to hone it. So that's perfect. Don't beat yourself up. Every note first straight and then to vibrato. Yeah, let's try that. And then we'll do it all vibrato. Try that again, going up. Here we are, around our cheeks. Viva. Good. Now we're going to try to do vibrato right away. Viva. Now we're going to throw the ball. I saw ma. Throw it to me. I saw ma. Good. So what we've learned, good, oh my God, you got it. That's great. What we're doing is we're just releasing all the overtones. When we sing Broadway, we basically take away overtones. It's a little more pop, a more straight tone. It doesn't have as much overtones in the sound. In opera, in classical music, in legit Broadway, we have the vibrato and overtones ringing in the sound. Let's see if you can hear that right now. I love doing this exercise. Oh, I've got my microphone today, so this is great. I'm going to put the microphone here, and let's see if you can hear the overtones. I'm going to sing a legit high note, and let's see if you can hear the overtones. Can you hear that? Can you hear I've got my pedal down, so whatever I'm singing, there are other harmonics in the tone. We just can't hear it with our naked ear, but we can hear it now. Let's listen to this one. Can you hear all that? Oh, it's like these bells are ringing. Those are called overtones. So in legit singing, we're trying to get as much freedom and as much sparkle. I love the word sparkle. And since we're doing it, it's kind of on top. Yeah, when you sing classical, it's with vibrato. Now, I love it because you guys are doing it. Excellent. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that about my vibrato. Thank you. It's just keeping it nice and fresh and sparkly. You can totally do the exercises with me. Yeah, do the exercises with me, Lily. It's all good. All right. So, Ron, when you initiate the S, how much pressure are you using? That's great, Ron. What I'm doing with the S, it's like I'm starting a car. I'm like turning on the engine and then it rumbles. So when I'm first waking up in the morning, I really bring it in. I use a powerful one. I don't just do Now, if you're somebody that's pushing too much, I'd say just ease off. But most of us are kind of late, not lazy, but just not doing enough. We want to engage it. We want to get it realized. So that's it. Now, if you do the S, and if you can do the lip trill, then you're good. If you do the lip trill and your lips go, I've done that before. I'm on my way to an audition. I'm at the subway car goes by. I'm gonna check my voice. Am I in my connection? Oh, I need more. I didn't know I needed more. So when you first do the S, it's really like a car starting. We've got to turn that key. So really get it activated. Does that help? Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Good. So this is number one rule about legit, you guys. You listening? To make a song sound legit, you have the vibrato in it all the time. Now, in Broadway and stuff, we have moments where we do straight tone into vibrato. And for those of you who are working on your vibrato, that's totally fine. The other thing is to always enter on top. We're going to do the chest voice after this. That's entering in a new way. But the reason I'm saying we're entering on top, because this is what people call head voice. Oh, it's in the head. So head voice, we're really letting it be nice and vibrant and sparkly. Now, the other thing, though, the lowest notes, no matter what you're singing, if you're singing chest voice, if you're singing belt, if you're singing legit, the lowest vibration is around your mouth when we're talking, when we're doing talky stuff, which was what I'm going to get into next. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to get a little more exercise. We did the lip trill. We did the staccato, doing 3, mi, me, ma. Now we're going to go into a legit exercise, and we're going to go higher. Okay, so I had you do your vi, the, va. We're doing the staccato in triads. So that's 5, 3, 1. So, mi, do, mi, so, mi, do. Okay, so, and that helps us understand the floors. We know the top note's a little smaller, and we're keeping it sparkly. So now we're going to go up the scale with our legit. Now, if you're doing belt and legit, you want to do this exercise. You don't want to skip it if you're just singing belt. Again, you want to exercise your whole instrument. So this is not going to hurt you to do this. This will actually help your belting. When I played Fanny Bryce, I was belting all night long, but I always warmed up my full voice. The one night I didn't, the show wasn't as easy for me. So you want to get your full voice warmed up. Okay. So it's normal that the vibrato comes with ease on the low notes, but not so much with the high notes. Well, it's new for you, you know, vive, vive. Let's try the high notes now and we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm in New York City. That's where I am. Where are you guys? Okay. All right, here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to go, I could have danced. We're going to sing a little bit of I Could Have Danced All Night today. So we're going to do this on, actually we'll do something else. We'll say she sees me in a very vertical way. She sees me. Try that with me. She sees me. Now what we're trying to do with legit is we're trying to get it really sparkly. Like this bell, like the singing bowl. And if we have tension, it's like my thumb is on it. So we don't want any tension. We want everything sparkling. So we've gone up the scale. We're going to go a little higher now. Woo! So you've got your dream on the fourth wall. Do an S here. Now we're going to speak it high. We're going to sing high. We're going to speak it first. She saw me. Say that with me. She saw me. Now we understand that belly button energy. She saw me. Now, men, you don't have to do it in falsetto. You can do it in your real voice. She saw me. But ladies, we're up here. She saw me. Say that with me. She saw me. Now, we are going to get in our legs and release our head and go down. She saw me. So you're going to shake it out down here. We're going to shake it out because we're going to be kind of like the bowl sparkling. Okay? See your dream there. Do an S. Same action. And like Ron asked, really bring it in. She, and then go down. Saw is going to live up here. She saw me. And you're going to move your jaw. Saw me. We don't want the jaw to connect. Saw. Okay, belly button. She saw me. Beautiful. 2 floors. She saw me. It's not she saw me. It's she saw me. Use the 2 different floors. Is that making sense? How are you doing? Okay, so stay with me here. Ask questions about the exercises. Here we go. She saw me. Good. Are you releasing your jaw? S. She saw me. It's going to be smaller now. Say, she saw me. Good. She saw me. How you doing? Does that make sense? Excellent. Good, Emma. I'm sure it's making sense to you, honey. Now we're up on a G, so we're going to make it really sparkle on top, and yet the S come on top. She saw me. And it's not like this. You have to really surrender your head. Cool. Here we go. Belly button. She saw me. Good. So what's happening is saw is living up here. She saw me. Say, she saw me. Say that for me. Good. She saw me. More energy. Now it's like the ball spinning. She saw me. Try that together. She saw me. Beautiful. Higher floor. Here we go. Even if it's straight tone, that's okay. She saw me. Just let it be on the higher floor, okay? And even if it's straight tone, that's fine. It's like this little laser beam. I'm going to throw you the ball this time. Ready? She's me. Throw me the ball. She's me. Good. Now we're going to do it the way we get in our legs. She's me. It really helps to shake it out, doesn't it? Because we're training these muscles not to hold. And you guys, if you have your belly button moving in, you're all set. She's me. Now it lives up here. It's really in the attic. It's so high in the attic. It's straight up. It's like way up here. She's me. She's me. You got it? Wow. Okay. You're going to do it by yourself, and I'm going to play you the piano. So if you want to do it where you go over, that's great. If you want to do it, throw the ball. Here we go. 2 different floors. She saw me. Go. She's nice. She saw me. She saw me. Saw lifts up high. Tiny, tiny. Good. Itty bitty. Now you're Minnie Mouse. Still up there. She saw me. 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 Now we're coming down the floors and we're still going on top. We want to get that sparkle overtone on top. She saw me. 2 different floors. Don't go, she saw me. She saw me. Enjoy the lower floor. She saw me. 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 Now leave it around your mouth. Keep the vibrato going. She saw me. She saw me. Feel the vibration here. She saw me. She saw me. She round your mouth. We're still going down. Just keep it right. The bottom floor is around your mouth. She saw me. Wow. How you doing? That was cool. You guys went up to a high D flat. That is freaking me out. How you doing? Yeah. Oh, Cynthia, I'm so glad it's free. If it's free, it means to me that you're in your support and you're understanding the physics of the high notes. You know those people that say, open up the high notes for legit singing, also in high belt, which we're going to do. We're doing it all today. It's a little bit crazy, but we are. You have to get in the physics of the higher, smaller space. Now we discovered what your real range is. If you could hit some of those high notes, it means you've got a really great range, and it means you're in your breath, your support, and you're understanding the physics of high notes. So this is really important. Those of you who said, how do I sing healthy high notes? How do I hit them every time? Notice we can't, I can hit a key on my piano and it works. We have to set it up and live it every time. Oh, Cynthia, I'm so glad it's free. Isn't it fun? It is. It's so childlike. Your vibrato is something that should naturally happen in the voice as you sing, or get vibrato actually purposely vibrating your voice. That's from JC. I've said this before. There are 2 camps. Some think that vibrato is natural. Other thinks it's more natural to have straight tone, and then vibrato is an ornament that you put on top of straight tone. I think 90% of people, the vibrato is natural. But that said, it takes a moment to release it. I didn't release my vibrato until I was probably 15 or 16. It didn't really get surrendered until later. Some kids have vibrato. I don't know how they do, but I don't think we should worry it too much, but we should just kind of go to that sparkly place. You know, straight tone's beautiful too. As long as you have your support connected, you're not going to hurt yourself. It's just a process of getting it more and more released. So legit singing, that's why opera singers are like, opera's the only way, because they say that, you know, that's the healthiest way, because you're completely released. We do have some tension in Broadway music where we create straight tone, but we can do straight tone because we have our support. We're not adding stress on our throat. We're just using our support and styling the voice, if that makes sense to you. See, Dalila, you have vibrato and you're 15. You had it before me. I had to kind of, you know, everybody's different. That's really cool. Okay, fabulous. Just wondering why you're feeling like switching gears. So the switching gears is about the passaggio. So what's so interesting, if I go, she saw me, does that sound like I have two separate voices? Does it? Does it sound like I have two separate voices? I saw you. Does that sound like two separate voices? I'm really asking. Tell me. That question is for Tarzina. Does that sound like two voices to you? It's probably a delay here. Sorry with the messages. But what I want to tell you is I feel like it's two different places. It feels very, there you are. It's connected, right? But in my head, it feels like two different places completely. But it's connected because I'm connected to my support and I'm ringing in my front passage. So it may, what my point is it may feel like two different places completely for you, but out here, it sounds amazing. So what we're doing is we're sparkling every single floor, every note. Va, 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 va. And you guys did that with the lip trill. You're really learning it through the lip trill, the staccato exercise, and now the one that we just did. So let's keep moving forward. You're doing so great. Ron, what do you mean by no? Tell me what you mean by no, Ron. You keep saying no. Do you have any tips for balancing the focus between the technique and your fourth wall? We're not balancing it. We're just keeping it connected. So what you're doing is you're seeing the person on your fourth wall, even in these exercises. And then we're sending our exercises to them. So I wouldn't worry about the word balance. I would just worry about the word of just send to your person. Good. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go for our chest voice. How about that? Now, let me tell you, sopranos and legit opera singers, you also need to use your chest voice. So this isn't only for belters. This is an exercise it's one voice. Thank you, Ron. Yay. Okay. I thought you were saying, no, it's not one. It doesn't sound like one voice. Now I understand. Now, Ron, I think you were the person who's a teacher who said you wanted to get your young ladies or the women in your studio to connect to their chest voice. So this is an exercise that I learned from my teacher, Mark Pearson, when I was getting my master's. And this is really cool because we're going to actually use this as a legit. Notice we're in legit territory right now, okay? We just did sparkle. We just did sparkle, vibrato. We understand harmonics now. As much as, it might be new for you. So this is a lot of information, guys. So don't worry if you don't understand every single thing, but just keep on coming with me. So now what we're going to do now is check out our chest resonator. We're going to forego our dominant resonator. And by the way, when I'm speaking, there's chest resonator in that. If there wasn't, my voice would be, "Hi, how you doing? I don't have any chest resonator in my voice, and it's just really only head voice." The fact is that this is what I call the dominant resonator, but there's already chest in it. So that's already kind of this lovely, what we'll call mix. And I also love calling it talking voice. So we have a talking voice when we're singing legit and when we're singing pop and Broadway, belting. So let's first get acquainted with the chest voice, and then we're going to put it all together into our speaking and our singing in those lower notes. Okay. Okay, here we go. So you guys are having your own little party during the comments. I love it. Okay. So now we're going to do this exercise. Again, we're going to forego the front passage. We're only going to go to the chest resonator. This you got to write down, and you got to remember this forever. The breath and the support stay the same. They will never change. If you have a teacher who says, "Well, that's what you do for classical. Now for belting, we're going to use a different support," that is not going to work. The reason is that we are human. We breathe. We're using how the body works for inhale and exhale. For inhale, air comes in. Exhale, connecting to our support, which I call super belly button. The belly button scooping in. The belly button swinging in, because that diaphragm's rising and we're following it this way. So if we put, I've heard before, like, well, for belting, you need to anchor up here. If we put anchorage up here on the 16th floor here in my New York apartment, I would be falling over. So it doesn't matter what style you're singing. Doesn't matter if you're using your chest voice, how you're resonating your voice, if you're using falsetto for men, if you're using pop, rock, rap, jazz, high opera, the breath and the support stay the same. And you have to have them hooked up. And if you don't have them hooked up, you can't go on and do all that range stuff we just did. You guys just did great. You went all the way up, above high C and back. This is amazing. So let's get to our S. Now we're switching for the ladies. Men, this is not what an exercise you need to do. But for the ladies, yes. We're going to now go for resonance, for vibration in our chest cavity here. Okay? So we're going to do what I call an NG. Ga. Say that for me. Ga. Try that again. Ga. Okay. So the belly button is going to move in. Ga. Now, we don't want any tension here. So I'm going to have you do what I call tevia from Fiddler on the Roof. We're going to do a tevia because if we're moving, we can't hold it. Now, people say belting is not healthy. We've heard that. What their meaning is that when some people belt, they put it in your throat and they try to manipulate the throat. That would be unhealthy if you were singing belt, if you're singing opera. If anybody's talking about going into the throat, it's the quantum theory again, right? If you focus on the molecule, it changes. We're focusing on vibration. And because we have support and you're not tight here, it's going to be really healthy. Okay, so here we go. Listen once. Belly button goes in, and I'm going to go, ga. Now, don't try to sound good. We're just going to try to get as much vibration here. Try that with me. Belly button. And ga. Stay in your chest voice. Listen once. Ga. Try that. And ga. And notice I'm getting in my legs and I'm releasing this. We're rattling it around, kind of like my singing bowl. Ga. If the bowl was here, ga. Try that with me. Ready? And ga. Good. One more. And ga. Okay. We're not mixing. We're not going ga. We're going ga. We're only checking out what we have in the chest. That's all we're doing. Okay. How are you guys doing? How do I know if I'm belting versus being in your mix? Yeah, you're thinking vibration only here. These notes are low enough that you're only going for vibration here. You're not going into ga, ga. I'm not talking up here. We're going to use that later, but we're not doing that right now. We're just checking out only here. Do you have it? Ga. Okay, so now we're going to throw a big beach ball. I'm going to throw it to you. You're going to throw it back to me. So again, we got to have this beautiful belly button or we're not going to be able to get to it. So listen once. Hi. We're going to throw our arms back on I, and we're going to throw it on saw, and we're going to shake it out on ma. And you're not going to use a glottal stop. You're going to use an H. So instead of I, you're going to say hi, hi, sa, ma. And we're only going to let it vibrate. Crazy, right? Here we go. Belly button S. S. Arms back. Hi. Beach ball. Sa, ma. So it's just let it mix up. Don't worry about the vibrato. I'm using vibrato right now, but just let it kind of shake out. And if vibrato comes, great. If it's sa, ma, that's okay. I don't think it's tension. I think, Maria, I think it's just that you're used to singing straight tone there, which is great. But if you can, let it shake out and try to get vibrato in it, okay? Here we go. S, S. Throwing the ball, throwing our arms back, getting into those legs, and then springing up. Notice how I'm saying legs. You want to make sure in the exercise you're doing that because we have to train the body that belly button down is support. We need lots of energy right now. We're training the body. Here it comes, belly button. Listen once. Hi, sa, ma. Try that. Hi, sa, ma. Beautiful. One more. Belly button. S. Hi, sa, ma. Sing it back. Hi, sa, ma. Excellent. Okay. You guys are having a party. I don't know. Okay. Should you focus the class? Yeah, please focus on the class. Okay. So now what we're going to do, guys, is put the chest voice into something legit. So get out your lyrics for The Phantom of the Opera. Yep, the song, The Phantom of the Opera. Okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to do low notes, both in legit and in belt. How fun is that going to be? Okay. If you don't need the lyrics, even better. Okay, so what's happening here is Christine starts it off, right? Now, we're going to just keep the vibrato going. In legit, you have to have the vibrato. So Emily Autumn, This should be so easy for you, right, honey? You can chime in here too, sweetie. Okay, so here we go. Just say for me, belly button, this has to always initiate every utterance. So that belly button moving in will really be your protection for everything. And it keeps moving in. Just say, in sleep, he sang to me. Say that. In sleep, he sang to me. Yes, this is your home base, Emily. Wonderful. Now, just say this. In sleep, he sang to me. Your jaw has to be free. Your tongue has to be free. And you're going to put vibrato on top. Sing that. In sleep, he sang to me. Good. Now try the lowest note, which is here. In sleep, he sang to me. You're going to keep it around your mouth. Keep the vibrato going and let it only vibrate. Put all the words right here. Try that. In sleep, he sang to me. Good. Now we're going to sing it all the way, that melody. In sleep, he sang to me. In dreams, he came. Now we can start opening up into our chest. In dreams he came. Say came. We still have vibration around our mouth, but you can open up into that chest voice. Try that again. In dreams he sang to me. In dreams he came. Good. Sorry, get the words right. Here we go. Keep going. That voice which calls to me and speaks my name. So here we are. We've got this. This is kind of a mix. We're not going, and dreams, hey. These lowest notes, whether we're pop or whether we're Broadway or whether we're classical opera, we have to keep those lowest notes around our mouth. What we're doing differently for legit is keeping the vibrato in the sound for every single note. Make sense? That voice which calls to me and speaks my name. Now we're going up the floors. Here we go. And we're doing it in legit. And do I dream? Let's get the top floor. The top floor is around our eyes. And do I dream again? For now I find. Say that for me. And do I dream again? For now I find. Now we're going to go to the highest note in the phrase. And do I dream again? For now I find. The Phantom of the Opera. Say the Phantom of the Opera and put the words up on this floor. Say that, belly button. The Phantom of the Opera. Now we're going to go up the floors, up the scale. And does it go wider or smaller? Smaller. Good. The lowest floor is around your mouth. Keep the vibrato and you are legit. Here we go. And do I dream again? For now I find. Now what's really important is keeping these vowels very vertical. The word find is the ah vowel. And do I, and dream is the e vowel. We don't want to go, and do I dream again? And do I dream? Everything is vertical. Right, Emma? You did this so beautifully. You want to keep that jaw releasing and also vertical. Very good. And do I dream again? For now I find. Now, the Phantom of the Opera. Say that for me. Let it sparkle on top. The Phantom of the Opera. Now we're going to cascade down the front passage. We're going to cascade down. The Phantom of the Opera is here. Want to try that? Do that with your sparkly hands in the pyramid. The Phantom of the Opera is here. Whoa. Now the last note we're going to do in chest. Inside my mind. Keep it around your mouth. Keep the mouth alive, but you can even open up the chest. The Phantom of the Opera is here inside my mind. My mind. Whoa! How cool is that? Remember, phantom has to be smaller here. The Phantom of the Opera is there inside my mind. That's all we're doing on this song. How are you doing? You getting that? Wow, really cool. Let me see what you're saying. Okay, here we go. You're doing good. You've got Phantom of the Opera coming around. Lovely. Great, Emma. You are so committed, honey. If you don't have vibrato, just keep it on top. Phantom of the Opera is there inside my mind. Just keep the idea of it all living on top. And if you can get the sparkle of the vibrato, great. And if you can't yet, it'll come. You just have to stay in the process. Great, Cynthia. I'm so glad it feels good, honey. For some reason now you can't do it with the vibrato. Okay, but keep the support going and remember sparkle. Phantom of the Opera is there. And now let's go chest. Inside my mind, my mind. Oh, Maria Callas said, don't be afraid of your chest voice. Here's a perfect moment. Okay. Much easier to switch from chest to head now. There you go. And Kat, the reason is I think you're connected to your support now and you let it cascade down. Phantom of the Opera. And you're using all of the floors. You're really letting every note live on its beautiful, magnificent floor so it can vibrate in its fullest. That's what we're doing with Legit. Wonderful. It makes your chest vibrate. Wow. Sometimes I can't even feel the chest vibrate. So the fact that you can, that's even better. Let's do it from the top, and then we're moving to the next song. Here we go. In sleep, right around your mouth. Here we go. Now, we've got to put your phantom on the fourth wall. I know we didn't personalize that. We personalized your dream. Maybe create your phantom through your dream. It's like that particular casting director, that friend you want to see, they're in your mind. They're like, you're being hypnotized by this person. Put whoever hypnotizes you in your dream. Let's keep your dream there, but whoever, you can't get them out of your mind. You can't get your dream out of your mind. Do that. Ramin, great. Use Ramin. I love it. Okay, see Ramin or see your phantom? In dreams he sang to me. Round your mouth. In dreams he came. Round your mouth. That voice which calls to me and speaks my name. Release your jaw. And do I dream again? For now I find the Phantom of the Opera is there inside my mind. Chest voice, yes. Oh my gosh. Now the other really thing important for all of our Legit we're doing today is this vertical space and letting this is a part of that question about vowel modification. Not really changing the vowel, but when we sing to make it even more pure, it may feel like modification, but we're just going for a very vertical vowel, and we're saying phantom. We're not saying phantom of the fa. Notice the jaw is not connected to it. The Phantom of the Opera is there. Everything's very vertical. Oh my gosh, you're doing it. Excellent. Okay, if you're feeling short of breath coming down, let's take the breath, do an S. It means to me that you're doing a high breath. You're not in your other breath. So do an S first. And what you might have to do, because if you guys are used to being in the high breath, and we did this a lot in our lessons, didn't we, Sophia? When you take a breath here, same breath, the Phantom of the Opera is there. Let's try that together. Do the S here. Same breath. Don't change to that won't work and you'll run out of air. This one you won't. S. Same breath. Release. Sing through that. The Phantom of the Opera is there. One more time and do that with your hands to remember you're sending the belly button in. Here it comes. 2, 3. S. Breathe. Same breath. Go. The Phantom of the Opera is there. Breathe. Inside my mind. How did that go? How did that go? Tell me. Okay, so it's if you have a high breath between each phrase, you might need to retake a breath. And then breathe again and go. Excellent, Pearl. You did it. Okay, Emma. Awesome. Okay, stay with my lesson, guys. I need you. It's like a chest massage. That's right, Emily. I love it, honey. Inside my mind. Okay. Now we are going to go to a low song that is musical theater. And guess what I'm picking? The very beginning of Let It Go. Oh my gosh. Now remember, these are really low notes, just like what we just did in Phantom. Now the only thing we're changing in these low notes, by the way, even in Phantom, I call it out of talking. In dreams he sang to me. We're speaking from there. Now we're going to keep speaking, but we're not going to do it out of the vibrato. We're going to do it out of just talking. The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. Footprint to be seen. Now, this all has to live around your mouth. You're not to try to go into chest. It's too low. And this also reminds me of what we did last week over on Facebook. We did Never Enough. So we're going to do these two to just do the beginning. Now, by the way, the question was about recitative. How do you do kind of this patter talking? This isn't fast talking, but this is all out of speaking. It's all out of speaking. So what did Cynthia say? Cynthia said something great. Okay. So here we go. Never enough. Let's try that beginning one. It's all like talking, and maybe some vibrato will come in, but it's more spoken. It's not with the Christine stuff. We kept the vibrato living even in the speaking. Now it's more just speaking, but still the same thing around our mouth. I'm trying to hold my breath. Let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. You set off a dream in me. Around your mouth, getting louder now. Can you hear it echoing? Take my hand. Will you share this with me? 'Cause darling, without you. Speaking with pitch. So the classical one, the legit one, we added more vibrato. The more pop one or the more Broadway one, the more belt one, we just say the words more spoken, a little more just just speaking without opening up anything to get vibrato in it. Does that make sense? Yes, and the lower notes all stay down there. Is there a passaggio going to low notes? No. Let's say no, Ron. I don't think it's a passaggio. It's a matter of staying around the mouth for those truly, really low, low notes. Okay, so don't worry about passaggio down there. It's not going to be hard for the ladies. Just isn't going to be hard. I'm sorry about I'm sorry about your connection. I apologize. That's too, I can't, there might be times where I'm not connected and I'm not aware. Okay, let's grab a drink of water. Let's think about everything for a moment. We did the economical breath, which is, what does an economical breath mean? That's my term I use. It means breathing how the body actually works when you're sleeping at night. We breathe at the bottom of the lungs. Also the support, the belly button moves in. We do the S exercise. Part of your warm up every day is when you go brush your hair or brush your teeth in front of the mirror. Check your sternum here. We can't feel it, but we can see if it's popping out. And then connect it with your mouth. There's your speaking for the rest of the day. Now, when you're singing legit, we add the sparkle. When you're singing belt or singing pop, we just speak through that. I'm trying to hold my breath. Let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. The lowest note is really low for me, but I eat the microphone and I just keep it right at my mouth and somehow it comes out. Yeah, get some water. We've been doing this for 2 hours so far. Okay. So we understand with our warm-up for our soprano. Now we understand the floors and we understand for the low notes, both lowest notes around our mouth. Now we're going to go to speaking, more the recitative, which is the beginning parts where it's a little bit higher. And this time we're going to start with belt. So what we're going to go to now, let's do Let It Go first. Let's speak Let It Go. And I'm the only person who doesn't know all the lyrics to Let It Go. So sorry if I make a mistake. I love the song. I just never learned it all. Okay. So here we are around our mouth. It goes so freaking low. And you can do it just let it speak. Make sure the belly button moves in, whether you're doing pop or legit, belt or legit, speaking in your musical theater voice or speaking in your legit voice. The belly button is always initiating everything. Always, always, always. Okay, so here we go. Good, Doris. I'm not alone. Now let's just speak it here. The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. Let's put pitch on that. The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, a kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. She says, I'm the queen. She speaks that, right? The wind is howling like the swirling storm inside. I screwed up. But we're going to keep it right around the mouth, right? You know it better than I do. Go ahead, sing it. The wind is howling like the swirling storm inside. I couldn't keep it in. Heaven knows I tried. That's a low F. Now, for you young ladies, that would be really hard for me. It's hard for me right now. But just the answer is keep it around your mouth. Don't try to push down. Couldn't keep it in. Heaven knows I tried. There you go. So then she keeps speaking. It's a little bit higher. Let's try it. So even here, we're going up the floors, just like soprano, but now we're just doing it more out of our speaking voice, talking without vibrato. So those of you who don't have vibrato, just do it straight right out of your front passage resonators. Don't worry about your chest right now. Just really just like this. This is mix. This one's mix. Don't let them see. Sorry. Don't let them see. Be the good girl you have to be. Conceal, don't feel. Just let them know. Well, now they know. Now it comes into chest voice, and we're going to do that. Okay, but the main point was the very beginning, only around your mouth. All right, so now we are going to go for speaking, but a little bit higher, in the higher part of our range. You ready to try? Okay, we're going to go for legit first. And what I'm going to use is, Emma, you ready? I could have danced all night. Okay. So here, Eliza, at the beginning of I Could Have Danced All Night, she's actually speaking. Bed, bed, I couldn't go to bed. My head's too light to try to set it down. Say that. Bed, bed, I couldn't go to bed. My head's too light to try to set it down. Now she goes on, sleep, sleep. I couldn't sleep tonight, not for all the jewels in the crown. Okay, so that is in our front passage resonators, and we're putting all the words on all those beautiful floors, and we're letting it sparkle. So if you don't have vibrato, it can still be bed, bed, I couldn't go to bed. But if you have the vibrato, let it sparkle as much as you can. And if you have straight tone, just keep going for sparkle. So let's try this. Bed, bed, I couldn't go to bed. Try that. Bed, bed, I couldn't go to bed. Good. So we're going to let it be sparkly, sparkly, sparkly. Now we're going to go down. Bed, bed. Try that. Bed, bed. Oh, and look, the belly button. Bed, bed. I couldn't go to bed. So the belly button is always reattacking for the staccato. Bed, bed, I couldn't go to bed. My head's too light to try to set it down. Now down is an ah vowel. So we're going to just let it sparkle. Put your dream on the fourth wall, and we're going to send it to our dream. We're going to keep using this dream, right? We're going to use the dream for like all of our choices today, because we also have to keep connecting to our personalization. Amazing. Yes, Audrey Hepburn vibes. And it was Marty Nixon who actually sang this. Would you believe Audrey Hepburn didn't sing it? They didn't use her voice. They wanted a more trained voice. So her name is Marnie Nixon. And it's quite a story about the Oscars. It has to do with, you know, because Julie Andrews did Eliza Doolittle on Broadway, but she wasn't famous enough to do the movie, so they hired Audrey Hepburn, but she didn't sing it like Julie Andrews, so they ended up getting Marnie Nixon to do the voice. Meanwhile, Julie Andrews went off to do Mary Poppins. Suddenly, Mary Poppins became one of the biggest hits. So Julie Andrews and Audrey Hepburn were up for the Oscar that year. And here Audrey Hepburn was hired because Julie Andrews wasn't famous enough. And now suddenly Julie Andrews is so famous. And Audrey Hepburn knows she didn't do the singing, even though she would have liked to have done the singing. But Marnie Nixon did the singing. So guess who won the Oscar? I believe it's Julie Andrews won the Oscar. And Audrey Hepburn says that she was so relieved because she felt so bad that Julie Andrews didn't get the part she did on Broadway. Crazy, right? Gosh, can't make this stuff up. So let's just do this beginning. How are you doing? Okay. Audrey Hepburn was an actor who sings. So she would have loved to have sung, but in fact, they had her even do a trial of this. But she didn't have that trained sound they wanted. She could sing it, but she couldn't sing it the way they wanted. So they decided to hire Marnie Nixon. And And in those days, they hid it. So they pretended that it was Audrey Hepburn. So, you know, when you're hiding a secret like that, it eats you up. It's not fun. So, but yeah, she did sing the songs in the high register, but they decided on Marnie Nixon instead. Okay, here we go. Bed, bed, I couldn't speak. Let's try again, my fault. So we're gonna sparkle it on each one. Bed, bed, I couldn't go to bed. My head's too light to try to set it down. Now sleep, sleep, sleep. Oh, 2 different floors. It may sound like a different voice. Let it do that. Sleep, sleep, I couldn't sleep tonight, not for all the jewels in the crown. How you doing? That was amazing. Now, that's a higher floor for spoken and legit. Now we're going to do a higher floor for our Broadway belt. You ready? For talking. Here we are. We're still kind of in this talking place. I hope you're going with me here. Okay, so now we're getting out part of your world. Oh my goodness. Are you ready for this? So we all love part of your world. And the very beginning, it's really talking. Now, guys, ladies, this is really your speaking mix, correct? So it's head voice. It's like when we talk. Remember I told you when we're speaking, I'm not speaking like that. I actually have both my front passage resonators in the sound and my chest voice in the sound. So this would be called your mix, all right? There are times, though, when we use only chest voice, which we're going to do after this. I'm doing it kind of in an order. So now we're doing our talking voice for Ariel, part of your world. Look at this stuff. Yeah, look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? So we're just going to let it live kind of around our cheeks. Now, if you're a soprano and it wants to come out like, look at this stuff, isn't it neat? You want to do more of your talking. Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you say my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? So we're just letting it live right in the front, just out of talking. We're not getting it sparkly. We would be sparkly for Think of Me. We're going to do that next. But right now, it's part of your world, and it's more spoken, straight tone, talking without that extra sparkle. It's in your mix, and it's just more out of speaking, while Think of Me, which we'll do next, is more out of sparkling on top. How you doing? Yeah. Well, I mean, isn't it kind of amazing that Sierra did, you know, she did Ariel first, and then she did Christine, that she was doing Christine before she did Ariel. But it comes kind of from the same place, but this is more her mixed belt. And this is what Ariel is. She's more of that mixy belt, straight tone, while Christine is all sparkle, more classical. So let's go for this. Let's see. Yeah, so I suck. I can't play the piano well. So here we go. Look at this stuff. Now, put yourself in your room. If you're in your room right now, that's perfect. And you in your room, and you have all these beautiful things, your parents do everything you want, but out there is your dream. So part of your world is your personalized dream. So we're still using the same dream you used before. But right now we're looking around your room and it's like, this is really great stuff, but I'm in quarantine and I want to go out there. I want to be on a stage today. I want to be with my favorite person in the world and give them a hug. That's what I want. Okay. I'm sorry the connection's bad, but okay. So let's give it a try, okay? We're going to do it out of the speaking. Again, it's here in our cheek area, And be sure to have your support. Look at this stuff. Say that with me. Look at this stuff. Good. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? So look at something in your room and say it, and now you're going to personalize it and make it a trove and a treasure. They're all your lovely things. I have my beautiful plants. I have my beloved posters. I have my piano. I have my rug. I have my crystals. Those, whatever's in your room or the space you're in right now, those are your beloved things. But it's not like being with a person that you love, or it's not being on the stage where you want to be. So just say it to that thing, and your recorder's going to pick you up, and just do it out of talking. Look at this trove. Look at this trove. Treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around here, you think, sure, she's got everything. And again, we're still speaking in your cheeks now. This particular range is really easy in your mix. I'm going to talk about that later, but just stay right through your cheeks and just put it on that floor and just say it on that floor. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. Say that. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. Now we're going to sing it right there. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's-its and what's-its galore. You want thingamabobs? I've got 20. Oh, she actually speaks there. You want thingamabobs? I got 20. So literally the pitches are coming out of talking. A lot of teachers do talk about this, say singing's out of speaking. I love that. I love sharing that with them. I've got thingamabobs. You want thingamabobs? I've got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. And then it keeps going into talking. Quite frankly, want to keep going? I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, talk, walking around on those, what do you call them? Oh, feet. So we're still doing it out of talking, aren't we? When it goes higher, it's going to go smaller still. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along down the, what's that word again? Street. And then it goes into higher, which we're going to go into more belting, which we're going to do next. Okay? So there we are. We're just in this speaking, talking, beautiful place for both belt and legit. Now let's move on to think of me, and we're going to do the speaking into legit. Talking into legit now. Okay. Think of me. Oh my goodness. So here we are, and we go through the Passaggio here. So we're going to kind of skip and go above it. Said goodbye. The trick is you've got your support, and you're going to sparkle it on every floor. When we've said goodbye. Let's try it on E. V, 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 V. Let's try it on A. Va, 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 va. And notice how I'm saying on top. Before we were speaking it just straight on. I want to be where the people are. If we had made that more soprano, I want to be where the people are. Now we're making it more soprano with the sparkle. Think of me. Try that. Think of me fondly when we've said goodbye. Oh, we're still talking, but every time we enter, we're entering on top to get those beautiful overtones sparkling in the tone. How you doing? Is this making sense? Let me know. Okay, cool. So let's try this. Sparkly. Yeah, that's really one of my favorite words, Margot, when we're talking about the soprano. Now, we know that Christine, you know, I was Madame Giry for a year on Phantom of the Opera. Yes, I was in the music box company. And so here, Madame Giry is really trying to get the Phantom to see Christine's work. She just thinks, you know, Madame Giry loves the work. And here's this beautiful young girl who is singing Think of Me in her own sparkly way, much different than Carlotta. And she's scared at first. So that's why the speaking is so important. It's like we're going to talk it, and then it's going to become the sparkly vibrato singing. A Madame Giry line, oh my gosh, I can't remember. Those who da what they know. It was actually a little bit of chest voice. Okay. Think of me. So let's just put it on top. Make sure you have your belly button, right? Think of me fondly when we've said goodbye. You're going to see the person who's your dream on the fourth wall. So many of you love Ramin because that could be your, you know, your dream. And right now, our action is going to be you're just going to push him away and then bring him to you. So whoever your person is, it could be anybody. It doesn't have to be, you know, exactly Raoul, but you just want to push him away and then bring him to you. So we're just going to sparkle it on top. Here it comes. Think of me on top. Think of me fondly when we said goodbye. Remember me once in a every so often. Promise me you'll try. On that day, that not so distant day, when you are far away and free. If you ever find a moment, spare a thought for me. Beautiful. Now I have a score here that has the wrong words, so that's why I screwed up the words. But that's kind of the beginning is, again, it's out of talking. And notice I'm spending a lot of time on this because you've got to understand that the entrance is where you're speaking from. It's in the front. It's got the sparkle. Or if you're talking more, it's more in the belt. It's more that mix. It's more speaking right through that. Okay? So now we're going to move on to I Could Have Danced All Night. The reason I'm really using I Could Have Danced All Night is because every soprano, and this could even be a mezzo soprano to sing the song, should have this in her book. They love hearing this song and it really works really well. So this is one you can really use. So I am going to get this lined up here. Okay, we're going to finish up this legit, and then we're going to move on to big belts. Okay, so what we're going to do is I Could Have Danced All Night. And Emma, you and I did this, and what really helps now is to find that place, that joy, like something in your life that gave you so much joy. It was like the best thing that ever happened in your life. So think about that, you guys. You're going to think about something in your life that gives you that it was just the best moment ever, like maybe the best day of your life, like that. Okay, so think about that. I'm going to read some of your lines here. Yeah, you remember my Madame Giry better than I do, but it was 20 years ago, so I don't feel too bad, but yeah. Yay, Emily, this is one of your signature songs, honey. I love it. Okay, so yeah, you can always use music notes. Okay, to get music. Yeah, you want to find the best moment in your life. Okay, so let's do this. I'll never know. We're going to start with the last 16 bars. I'll never know what made it so. And what's so amazing is we're going through the floors. We're going through the floors. We're going to start from the back, from the end. Okay. So we did our sparkle. We did our higher floors and sparkle, right? Oh, so now we're going to keep throwing the ball all night. Try that. All night. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. Dance all night. Try that. Dance all night. Dance, dance, dance. Actually, we can say dance a little more the English way. Dance. Dance, dance, dance. Try that with me. Dance, dance, dance. Belly button. Now I'm going to throw the ball for the high note. Try that. Good. We're going to do it a little bit lower. Dance, dance, dance all night. Try that with me. Dance, dance, dance. Breathe all night. Good. We're going to go here. Dance, dance, dance. Sparkle on top, smaller. All night. Good. We're going to sing the word night, and it's going to stay on the ah. All right, here. Now we're going to do it on the higher one. So it's all up here. Night. Try that. Night. Beautiful. One more time. Here it comes. Belly button. Dance, dance, dance. Breathe and sparkle. Beautiful. So that's the end. The end of the song. Whoops. The end of the song is really sparkly high. Now, when we go through the song and it goes through the floors, we want to keep it through those floors and use every single floor. So it is, I'll never know what made it so. So it's not, I'll never know what made it so. I'll never know what made it so exciting. You want to try it? Good. Now, the thing you're going to do now is you're going to spin around. We're going to do our sensory condition. Spin around and get really tipsy, like you are tipsy with joy. You know, when you've laughed so hard and you're spinning around and you're tipsy, tipsy, tipsy. So I'll take a drink and you spin. Ready, go. Okay, we're doing the last 16 bars. Oh my God. So spin around and you're going to be like so happy. You're going to go through all the floors with all the words. Here we go. I'll never know what made it so exciting. Why all at once my heart took flight. I only know when he began to dance with me. I could have danced. Sparkle here. I had the wrong glasses, but that was really cool. Wow. Okay, so now we're going to do I Could Have Danced All Night all the way through. And I know we only did bed, 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 and we did the end, but you're going to keep in all of this beautiful middle, and every single word is going to shine on each floor. You've got your support, and you're going to enter on top, okay? And then we're going to do our belt next with a different resonator. How you doing? Yeah, I need food too. I know what you're saying. This is a long lesson. do I feel my way through the passaggio going up? What I do is just keep in mind each floor. So yeah, it's a sensation of vibration on each floor. I'll never know what made it so. It's somewhere here in this particular area. I'll never know. By the way, no is on a B natural. That is a passaggio note, and the composers often write on the passaggio note because it's more exciting. And gosh, this is an exciting song. It's like an exciting moment. I'll never know. So that particular note, everybody, you have to have more energy of support, and it has to be really in that space like we found in the lip trill. I'll never know what made it so exciting. Now we're above it. It's going to be smaller and sparklier. Why, all at once my heart took flight. Now we're above the passaggio. So right in that passaggio, you have to really have a lot of energy with your belly button, and it has to be a little more compartmentalized in that space. Yeah, let's try that together. I'll never know. Do this for me. I'll never know. Keep all those words right in there. I'll never know. I'll never know what made it so exciting. Now it's lower. Now we're going to go above it. Why hold it on top? Why hold it once? Sparkles on top. Then it's easier up here. It's almost easier than it is right in that middle place. And that's what you guys are talking about with the passaggio. Again, the trick for the passaggio is you have more energy of support, and it's more compartmentalized in that area. I'll never know. I'll never know. I'll never know. Rather than I'll never know. I'll never know what made it so. Clear enough? Yeah, it's a G at the end. You can also, you like Laura, you can go up to the high C. They wouldn't do that in the show. But in concert, you could do the high C and show that off. But we'll do that another day. But you can do it, honey. Okay, good. And if coughing is coming up or something like that's coming up, it's just getting this new breath and support. If you have a high breath, it is not going to work. So you may have to stop in between, do an S and restart. We did that with Sophia. I think, Emma, you and I did that too. And it really makes a difference to get that belly button released, the belly released, and the belly button moving in. Excellent. Yeah, Laura, your voice can do anything. So have fun with it. But for you, honey, it's actually committing to that dream. That's going to be really like committing to the joy and being totally, tipsy, like really tipsy in love. Okay, we're going to do it now. With the backing track. And it's going to be with orchestra, I think. Let's do it with orchestra. We have it with piano as well. I'm only going to do it. Well, let's see. Actually, I changed my mind. We're going to do it. Well, no, we'll do it that way. I think we can do it twice through. Okay, so let's do it twice through. And do the high G both times. The second time, if you want to take it up to the high C, go for it. I couldn't go to bed. My head's too tight to try to set it down. Sleep, I couldn't sleep tonight. Not for all the jewels in the crown. Go through the floors. I could have danced all night. I could have danced all night. Belly button and still have cared for more. Low floor right here. Good. Go up the floors. I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things I've never done before. Up the floors. I'll never know It made it so exciting. Why all at once my heart took flight. I only know when he go up, began to dance with me. Here we go. I could have flew, stars, flew, so high. I could have danced through the floors and still have begged for more. I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things I've never done before. Use all the floors. I'll never know, but it's so exciting. New floor. Why all at once my heart took flight. Let's hear. I only know when he began to dance with me. I could have danced. Come on, Laura. Oh my God. Amazing. So the main thing there is understanding the sparkle, the on top, using all the floors, belly button moving in, sending it to your gorgeous dream. Okay, we're going to put legit away and really focus in on the belts now, okay? I think what I have to do next week and the week after is one on just legit and one on just belts. And maybe I'll do just belt next week. Let's see what happens. And then men, we're going to get you in on it too. Okay, how are you doing? How did it go? Tell me. Was it fun? Good. You did the high C, Katie. Good job. Yes. Pearl, awesome. Yeah, it is like, Cynthia, going to the high C. It is like a little bird. I call it Tinkerbell. It's just making it really, really, really tiny up there. So good job. Make it a little bird. I love that. That's a great idea. Mara, so fun. Good. How did it go, Megan Grant? How did you do? That's pretty. You're more of a mezzo, but that's going to be really beautiful in your voice for the G. You can hit a G, no problem. Running around the house. Excellent, Cynthia. That's the way you guys want to practice, is overdoing it, doing your laundry, doing an activity, keeping that belly button and all of those floors and sparkling it. Excellent. Oh my God, everybody did the C. I love it. Dalila, excellent. And you know, the dancing part of it said, I felt like dancing around. That's the character. That she's so happy. She just danced with Henry Higgins and it was just so awesome. She did a voice of, a class, and she finally got it right. And it was so fun. So this is the way you do the work, you guys. Good. And now water. Yes. In fact, I'm going to get out my big jug of water. Okay. All right. I promised belt and legit. We've been all over the place. We're now going to do two things. We're going to bring chest voice up to a B flat. That's as high as our chest voice can go. And then when you go to B natural, it starts to mix. It stays in your chest. As you go up to C, there's a little bit of chest. It starts to mix. Then when we go even higher than that, there's no chest in it, but we squish it. We squish it so that those gorgeous overtones we have in legit, it now becomes this other style. We're now styling those top notes so that high, people say mix, it's really just squishing the overtones out of it. And that will be healthy because you'll have your support, your belly button moving in, and it's nothing about, holding your throat. It's all about getting those overtones and how they ring. Water. Okay, good. Portland, Oregon, you're 3 hours earlier, so that's awesome. Okay. We are going to go to Les Mis. I think we should go to On My Own, okay? I'm going to demonstrate one thing on I Dreamed a Dream. Now, we did the warm-up with a ga. Now we're going to go up the scale in only our chest voice. Now, those of you who have vibrato, here is a chance to do straight tone. And for those of you who do straight tone, you're in your home base now. So don't worry about the vibrato, okay? Just worry about straight tone. So this is going to be really fun. I have to drink a little more water. How about you? Okay. Good. I know these are great roles, aren't they? They're really fun. I'm so glad you're enjoying the choices. Yeah, it's going to be another 3 hour. I don't think I can do less than 3 hour, but I think I have to like bring food next time or something. I get so hungry. Okay. So what we're going to do, remember in legit, we're throwing the ball on top. We're getting the overtones ringing on top. Now we're going to do the opposite. Listen to this, Ron, for your students. We're going to connect more to the chest resonator. We're going to throw the ball under. So even if we're mixing, we're going to be more aware of the chest resonator in the tone. So for you, Emily Autumn, you know, this has been more of the, well, I want to say challenge because actually, you know, your live performances, you use this, but it's getting it even more savvy. You're getting more savvy with your sound that you're going to be able to do anything with it. So I really, really love that. Yeah. So Barbra Streisand and Celine Dion, they're more, they're in their chest. They're doing a little bit more of, I don't know if it's mixed. They have a home base sound that is so unique and so special. Celine Dion has, you know, she just rolls out of bed and has that voice, and so does Barbara. So it's just this clean all the way up and down in more of that belt place. That's their home base. They do have head voice and they do use it from time to time, but this is so easy for them. So those of you who have that natural, you know, Broadway, it's like a Liz Calloway, it's like Leah Salonga. If you have that natural Broadway tone in your voice, I think the belt stuff is just going to be pretty easy. If you're somebody who's classical first, like even me and Sierra, even on a, you know, she's really more of a legit singer first. For her to do more of the belting, that's going to be some, you know, kind of her, the other thing she's learning. So learning, she already knows it, but you know what I mean? It's just another way to use this resonator. So again, we're not changing the breath and the support. Please remember this forever and ever, amen, okay? The breath and the belly button moving in. And if you want to do quarantine lesson number 1 and really work on that, Lily, this information is new for you today. I really go step by step. So each video now, we're going to be getting a little more advanced and spending more time on these other things. But that said, we have to have the breath and support ready to go. Well, Taylor, alto, I would say, is more about a vocal type. That's a woman or young lady that has a lower voice, like a mezzo soprano. So in other words, their highest note would not be a high C. Their highest note would probably be more like a B flat or an A. A soprano would be more like a C, a high C, and maybe above that. A mezzo or an alto. So the range where an alto would sing, they would have richer lower notes. Their low notes, they'd be able to go lower than a soprano. But chest voice is something else. That's a resonator. So let's check back in with our resonator, the chest voice. So we're going to go back to throwing the ball under. Now, notice we're getting into the legs, and we're throwing under, and we're sending. So I'm always sending. This is answering the question about holding the note. We're not holding a note, we're sending a note. So the belly button is moving in as we're expelling air, whether we're high, low, and this is leading the tone. I saw ma. Say that. I saw ma. Now I'm going to connect to this resonator. I saw ma. Now I'm only singing it out of here. Ga. Say that for me. Ga. Yep. Now we've gone away from our, we'll come back to this, but right now we're only in this resonator for the ladies. Yeah? Clear so far? Okay, clear. Okay, so here we go. We can stay in chest voice all the way up to a B flat. So as long as you have your support, you're okay. If you don't have your support, really work on this. The belly button leads it, and keep it in your chest voice, ladies. We're not going to mix yet. Only chest voice. Listen once, catch this ball. I saw ma. Now you're allowed to scoop up to it. Try that. I saw ma. Beautiful. We're going to get into our legs. That's part of your support. Belly button, arm comes back. I saw ma. Try that. I saw ma. Now we're going to use the word shame because we use that word in I Dream to Dream. So belly button. I'm going to say to shame. To shame. Try that. Just say oh shame. Oh shame. Good. Belly button. Listen once. Oh shame. Try that. Oh shame. Good. Now we're going to jump over to the word that Eponine uses, which is blind. I'm blind. Again, it's an ah vowel, and we're going to connect it only to our chest resonator. Belly button, down here. Don't go up. I'm blind. Try that. I'm blind. Belly button again. I'm blind. Only chest. Again, I'm blind. Do the same one on shame. Oh, shame. Oh, shame. Try that. Oh, shame. Good. Now we're going to go, I'm blind. Belly button. Only chest. Belly button. I'm blind. Try that. I'm blind. So we're keeping it only in this resonator, you guys. And the belly button's leading it in. Now, think about keeping it only here, okay? You're still having this lead it. Now it's getting to be smaller because even going up, it always gets smaller, right? That's physics. So think of a laser beam. A laser beam. Belly button. I'm blind. Try that. I'm blind. Now, what you just did was the B natural. That is actually above the B flat, which is only chest. And this is where Eponine sings blind. So we're gonna do Eponine. When she goes, and although. So you're going to keep it in your chest. You're going to go, and although. Sing that only in your chest. Throw the ball. And although. Good. Now we're going to do it a little bit lower. Here it comes. Belly button. And although. Should be really easy. Just right in your chest. Throw under. Notice I'm not saying, and although. That would be mixing it. We're going to keep it only in chest. Belly button, throw, and although I know that he is blind, just saying, I know that he is blind. It's lowers, keep it here. Ready, go. I know that he is blind. Good. Now we're going to do that same phrase. Go a little bit higher. Belly button here. I know that he is blind. Try that. I know that he is blind. Good. You're entering from under. You feel the straight tone? Amazing. Try it here. Belly button. We might get a little tired here after a while. I know that he is blind. Let it be laser beam. Here we go. I know that he is blind. That note, it feels different, doesn't it? That's because that's her note, and that's a B natural. That's what's called a Passaggio note. And in that Passaggio, that's where they write it when it's really exciting. And they, Bubil and Schoenberg and Bubil, wrote it right there because she's saying, I know he's blind. He doesn't see me. And so they made it that exciting B natural. Incredible. How you doing, Megan? You got it? Awesome. Oh my gosh, Taylor, you're understanding. I'm so happy. This is great. How are you doing? Great, Nunya. Yeah, this does take hard work, and it is joyful. There's so much joy in understanding how our machine works, but now also putting it into practice. This is beautiful, you guys. Great, Laura. I'm not surprised. Yeah, okay, Emily, you feel like you're coughing. That's interesting. Somebody else said that today. Try it low for a moment. I know that he is blind. And shake it out, Emily, okay? Let that belly button really do its work and shake it out. I know that he is blind. How does that feel? I'm so glad, Megan, that feels good. This is new for you. This is so cool that you're able to do this. Oh, that was okay? Good, Emily. So now as you go up, remember the B flat, there is a mix in it. And mix meaning that your throat will vibrate. I don't want you to focus on your throat, but that's part of the resonance. So you might have a little bit of muscle tension that's just grabbed for a second and it made you cough. So please don't worry about it. Just keep practicing going up. Let's do it here. And although, do this, Emily, I know that he is blind. And move here, try that with me. And although I know that he is blind. Did you cough? Let me see if Emily coughed. Okay, you were agreeing to what I said before. Oh, Taylor, isn't Emily incredible? I know, having her here is just always a gift. Emily's a famous person. That was better. Good. So now what you're going to understand, Emily Autumn, go follow her, you guys, on Instagram. She's off the charts. Talent, writing a Broadway musical, has these magical cards. You have to go check her out. Emily with an IE, Autumn. You can't miss her. So now that was the B flat that I just did. Now remember, in B flat, it's not going to mix. It's going to stay here. So now you've got to go to laser beam, smaller and more energy. Now we're in the B natural. If you're understanding, you guys, B flat is full chest possible. B natural is your passaggio, which means it's more exciting. So I'm not surprised you coughed. But what we need to do now is get more energy of support and compartmentalize. This is part of the answer for the Passaggio question. So let's try it here. And oh, now the bottom notes are all chest. Don't you dare mix on me. Keep it in chest. And although, do that. And although, breathe. Here we go. So listen once. I know that he is blind. and you can scoop from under and go to laser beam. And although breathe, I know that he is blind. You can even have your finger like that. How did that go? Did you cough? Great, Emma Fox. Yeah, you have to buy her tarot cards. They're so cool. So tell me how you're feeling, honey. Did that work? Let's see if I get caught up. I think it's just a little delay. Okay, so that felt good. Great, Mars Peters. Good, good, good. Oh, I'm so glad it's making sense. That's the point. That's why we're doing all this. Okay. Now, I had a whole other question about singing in different styles, like Mean Girls. I was going to do a little bit of that today. I was going to do Hopelessly in Love, you know, that's more like a 50s style. We're going to do that another day when I'm really working on Olive Belt. But right now, we're going to connect this mixing thing with the true belt. Much better, Emily. Yes, good. So what I think, and this is for everybody, when you have this passaggio, lots of energy support, let it go into that laser beam. And for the B natural, it's a little harder. Now, you guys asked about going from chest into your mix and above. So what I'd love to do with you now is go to a song that has all of that in it. Some of it is very mixy. Some of it is really belty. And that'll be our final belt song. I love that you're saying that, Lillian. Maybe you need to focus more on your support. That's right. Your voice suddenly stops when you sing with your high notes. Well, what that means is you're holding. And I think Lillian is right in a certain way. You're holding, not sending. If it's stopping, it means you held. So put that person on your fourth wall and send, send, send. You can sit some high notes, but sometimes your voice stops or cracks. Oh, okay. Well, you know, if you're cracking, it means that you're grabbing a little bit still from here rather than trusting your support. So do the sensory condition, which is put sunshine here. Remember on I Could Have Danced All Night, we were tipsy. I could have done if you're grabbing, it'll crack. So just get tipsy or we love sunshine around here. Just put sunshine. Okay, so guess what song we're going to work on. If I can find it, please, Lord. Let me find it. It's got to be here. I know it's here. I know it's here. Just hold on, okay? Have a drink of water as I find my song. Here it is. Okay. We're going to put together this mixed talky place with a belt song. And we're going to put together full chest voice. And we're going to add a little legit. And the song is Suspension, Journey to the Past. Okay? Oh my gosh. So what we're going to do first is have a drink of water. We're going to do the end first so you understand how to do the end. We just did those big notes for blind and we did shame to the B flat. We're now going to do the end of this song. Yep, Aaron's in Flaherty. I went to college with Mr. Flaherty. He doesn't know me, but pretty cool, right? He's so famous and amazing. Okay. So we're going to do At Last. Now, what's so fascinating, you guys, when we are organizing a song, this is going to answer that question about how do you approach a song? How do you approach a new song? And the first thing is what you guys just did, which is to know who is the composer. Okay, the composer is Ahrens and Flaherty. So they have a particular style in their Broadway sound, don't they? And it's really gorgeous. It's got a lot of mix in it, but it also has more chest voice in it. So there's a particular style. So we understand who the composer is. So we know that there's going to be sort of this talky, mixy place. We know there's going to be some real chest voice. There might even be sprinkles of legit that makes it more, that has more colors, lots of colors. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to personalize it. So we know this is Anastasia, and she's Anya, and she's looking for her family. And so we need to connect to that. So we're going to connect to our dream. We've been using dream all day long. Your dream is going to be a parallel situation with Anastasia, that we are going to now put our dream on that fourth wall and personalize her family. It's like, oh my God, I get to get out of quarantine and I get to go see my family. I get to go be with my loved ones. I get to go get on a stage, whatever your dream is. It doesn't matter how simple it might seem to somebody else. If it's special to you, perfect. Okay, so that's one thing we do. Yeah, I love The Story Goes On. It's so much fun. I have that here too, Laura. I love that song so much. Good. I'm so glad these songs are resonating with you. This is great. So let's start the final note. Let's start from the biggest chest voice possible, because the end, it kind of climbs in this particular song. Now, what we're also looking at is the arc of the song. That's the beginning, the middle, finding the climax, and the end. Now here, the climax actually might be at the end. So that's also what you're doing. You're looking at your parallel situation. And notice I'm not saying, be sure to warm up your voice and have it perfect. I'm saying you've got to get your actor connected. You've got to get your emotions, your truth connected. That is part of great voice technique, because that story will connect to your voice technique, and your voice technique will support and help the emotional life and you opening to those emotions, and your personal story will help you connect to really good, will help your voice technique be even better. Partly because when we're emotional, we breathe like this automatically. When we're emotional, we use our support. When we cough, when we sneeze, achoo, your support is exactly what we use. Now we have to bring it and lift it to art. So this is great. Yeah, wonderful. You know, Taylor is saying that personalization of like really pretending somebody is there, it is life-changing. It changed my life. It went from me just doing operetta to doing Broadway tours and Broadway musicals, and also amazing roles like Trina and falsettos and Fanny Bryce and Funny Girl and narrator and Joseph. Because when you connect your truth, that's when they love you, and that's about getting rave reviews. This is going to set you apart from the rest. And Laura, you and I have talked about that, because I think your voice can do anything. But when you're not really connected, we go, it happened to me. We go, what a pretty voice. Next. And you need to be on a stage. You are beautiful inside and out, and you have something special to share, which is your truth. So it takes time. Sometimes it took me a long time to be able to access that, but we're doing it right now. Okay, so here we go. Okay. So we've been singing a lot, so we can go right to it. We're going to go to chest. At last. Straight tone and only chest. This is lower than the real note. Want to try? Here we go. Look at me. At last. at last. Now, you guys, this whole thing of me doing swinging and throwing, that's important. We're training the body to send, not to hold. Okay? It's so important. So hang with me there. Now we're going a little higher. Belly button. At last. This is too low. Let me go higher. Here it comes. Belly button. At last. Try that. Throw under. It's only chest, you guys. Don't go to mix. Ready? Belly button. At last. Good. Try this one. Here we go. Let me find it. Only chest. Only chest. You don't have to mix. Belly button. Ha, S, S. Watch me. At last. Try that. Ready? And. At last. Do it one more time. And. At last. You see me walking away from you? You keep sending it like that. And that's the note. How'd it go? The cool thing about this particular song is it ends on a B flat. It's not on a B natural. And I think that's cool. And that the composer, you know, Ahrens and Flaherty, they really wanted all chest. And they didn't want it to be kind of, they wanted comfort in it. They didn't want it to be like, and I know that he is blind. That is different than at last, at last. It's just like, yes. It's not help, it's yes. So that's another thing. It's interesting to check out how the composer wrote. And that, again, when we do these other classes where we're really focusing on one song, we're going to talk more about that. How you doing? I'm getting some oh my gods. Okay, cool. Is it resonating, Emily? This is awesome. Let's see. Yeah, the Susan Batson Studio, we do script breakdown, and I do that too. I probably won't do it on these quarantine lessons, but sometime we might do that when I'm at Zoom and stuff like that. This sounds amazing. I really want to take, yeah, you got to go to the Susan Batson Studio, mention my name, and you can join the class. It's quite amazing. I mean, you know, she's been my mentor for over 30 years, and she's on the Zoom classes. She's off the charts. And I've sent a bunch of you there, which has been really great. Okay, so now, are you with me? You got to be singing here. Let's go to the beginning. Here we are at talkie, right? So we're just going to go through the whole song. Just kind of stop and start, and then we're going to do our final performance, okay? And here we are at 3 hours and 8 minutes. I think we can do it in 3 and 15. Yeah, Susan is Mark's mentor as well. So it's been really cool. Great, Emily. Thanks for saying that. Okay, so here we go. We're back to our talkie mixy place. And there she is, and it's like, oh my God, I get my dream. So we have to be in that place, like she's saying the words, heart, don't fail me now. We have to really speak them and let them clip. Heart, don't fail me now. Courage, don't desert me. Don't turn back now that you're here. So really, if you're a soprano, don't let it vibrate. Just speak it through there and even pronounce the words even more. It's kind of about pronunciation. You want to get it even more spoken. Okay. Okay, here we go. Come with me, guys. See your dream on the fourth wall. Speak it right to them. Heart, don't fail fail me now. Courage, don't desert me. Don't turn back now that we're here. Now it's climbing up. So put the words a little bit higher on your front passage and speak to that. People always say life is full of choices. No one ever mentions fear. Now, fear is on a B flat, but we're not doing fear like we're doing at the end. We're actually getting it a little more mixy, almost soprano-y on that note. Fear, because fear is scary. You can actually do that. No one ever mentions fear. So sopranos, make it a little bit legit there, but go to fear, whatever fear makes you feel. Fear or how the world. So this is, even though it's on a B flat, we're mixing right now. We're not going, oh, how the world could be so. That would be belting only. We're mixing. We're still kind of quiet even. Or how the world can seem so vast. Yeah. Now on a journey, now you're going to go up above it. It's going to be a little smaller. And this is how you go through the chest to the mix. On a journey to the past. On a journey. This is answering the question of how do I go from chest to mix? This is it. On a journey. It's going to be smaller coming in and not letting it sparkle. Journey. Let it be through a laser beam. On a journey to the past. Now, to the past, we can throw the ball under. It's not full chest, but we still don't want it to be on top. To the past, to the past. So it's going to be a laser beam throwing the ball under. Try that. To the past. Somewhere down. Now, somewhere down the road. The first one is heart, don't fail me now. Now it's somewhere down the road. So on your fourth wall, it's lifting to your dream. It's like, okay, heart, don't fail me now. Oh my God, where am I? Now it's like somewhere down the road. Oh my God, I'm going there. You see how it lifts? It gets more intense. This is good writing. This is great composing. So we as the actor now has to step into that truth. So go to your dream. Somewhere down the road, 2, 3, speak it. Somewhere down this road, I know someone's waiting. Years of dreams just can't be wrong. Now notice we're entering from under. Even though we're mixing, in legit, we would be mixing too. Years of dreams just can't be wrong. We would be mixing, but putting it on top. We're mixing going from under. Years of dreams just can't be wrong. Arms will open wide. I'll be safe and wanted. Finally home where I belong. Wow. Now we're getting up from under. There's the B flat. It's more chesty now. Where I belong. Well, starting now. It's staying up there and you're doing everything from under, getting as much chest as feels comfy. Starting now, I'm learning fast. I'm learning goes up, beyond. Oh, I'm learning. It goes smaller there. That's how you get through the mix. Arms will open wide. You can even feel your arms open wide. Keep speaking it, but go from under now. Here we go. Arms will open wide. I'll be safe and wanted. Finally home where I belong. Yes, starting now, I'm learning fast. On a journey. I don't have my pages right. Here it is. Now journey, it goes higher. On a journey. It's going to be mixed. But make sure the laser beam goes smaller. On a journey. We have a little bit of mix in there. You can get some chest in there. But this is a C. This is I think one of the hardest notes for those of us who don't automatically have that you weren't born with that. Liz Calloway, Leo Salonga, they're born with that. They don't have to worry about that. But we have to go smaller laser beam on a journey. On this journey to the past. So there's past. Again, it's the A sharp B flat. So really get your chest in there. Now here comes a whole new section about home. She's exposing her need to have a home. And we're going to go a little bit soprano here. It's a C sharp. Home, love, family. Now family can be straight tone, but get a little sparkle on this home. Home, love, family. There was once a time I must have had them too. And then it goes back to more mixy and belt. So this is cool. It's kind of like using all the colors on our color, painter's, what is that called? You know what I mean? The painter's wood right here. We've got all of those colors sparkling. So here we go. Home, love, family. Now, as you're singing that, see your dream. Like if it's to hug your parents, you haven't seen them in this quarantine, or your friends, put them there and just speak through that. Palette, thank you. On the palette. Yes, the colors on the palette. I used to know that. Home, 1, 2, ready, and home, love, family. I was once a time I must have had them too. Now she's saying, I'm going to get to you. So she puts in more chest. Home, love, family. I will never be complete until I find you. Now the word ooh, find you, find you. We can open up a little more chest in the vowel. That's kind of that vowel modification we're talking about. It's still ooh, but we're getting more of this resonator in it. Find you. Now we're back to one step at a time, and it's going to get now not so much as talky as belty. Now it's like this is getting big. So bring up more of that chest, heavy chest resonator. Okay, I'm trying to read your things, but I think you're having a different conversation. Okay. So I'm explaining for the Brazilians, this is important, between chest voice and belting. So chest voice and belting is the same thing. Okay. So you're saying we speak more in our chest down here. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that as long as it's living here around your mouth and not in your throat. But chest voice and belting, same thing. This is your chest voice. We're belting from the chest resonator. So they're the same. Does that answer you? So suddenly people are talking about vomit. Vomit is not good because it's got a lot of acid in it. So if you're vomiting and it has acid, really take as much time off as you can and heal before you sing again. Oh, you're saying that your stomach hurts from doing all this? We've been doing this for 3 hours. So your muscles are training right now, and so you may be tired here, but if you're not tired in your throat, that's really good. Also, this breath and support may be bringing up emotions. And that's really possible because this breath gets you connected to your emotions. So if you have some emotions that have been stuck for a while, they may be coming out, and that's good because they're going to come out. But that also means take really good care of yourself. We're almost done. We're getting there. And so you have to take really good care of yourself. Yeah, theater kids are athletes. You certainly are. Gastritis is not so good. So you may want to check out your diet. I'm on a very stringent diet. I'm allergic to rosemary. I just found out, really allergic. I'm allergic to milk. I have particular allergies. So if you have something with digestion, try to see if you can get to a doctor to check out your allergies. Sorry. And acid reflux. Yeah, well, it's just connecting. It's not like if you're pushing from up high, that isn't good. We're just connecting from under. So I know if it's hurting you guys, this is 3 hours. We should only be singing really for an hour. If you're that young, it shouldn't be singing for so long. So just take it easy. Just relax for a moment. Okay. Great. No problem, Emma. Don't worry, honey. You can come back and do the song later. Okay, here we go. We're doing the end. One step at a time. Talkie, right? One step at a time. One hope, then another. Who knows where this road may go? Back to who I was. Talkie? If future things our heart still needs to know. Now we're in chest. No, yes, let. Now we're going to really be really big right through your beautiful chest resonator. Yes, let this be a sign. Let this road be mine. Let it lead me to my past and bring me home. At last. Straight tone from under. We're going to do the whole song now. How you doing? So what you want to do is you want to, I'm listening to the Brazilians saying that you can't bring chest all the way up. You have to go smaller space. Let this be a sign. Just squish your face up here for the highest notes because it's not possible to bring up all that weight. I've worked with a lot of Brazilians and that I haven't noticed that they all have this really deep thing. That might be a family thing for you too. That's really possible. So you want to get acquainted with more of the full front passage, all those floors. You know, you're going to have to get more acquainted with the higher floors. Like think of speaking it up there. Let this be a sign. For you, you don't necessarily need to bring up all that chest that I'm talking about. Like me, I need to, but you, maybe it's different. Let this be a sign. Let's do that for you, honey. Go, nya, nya, nya. Say, let this be a sign. Say that with me. Let this be a sign. Let this be a sign. Okay, I understand if you can't sing right now too. All right, so just squish it up there. We're going to do the whole song one time through with my karaoke. Here we go. So, okay, so the chest voice is il petto. Dobbiamo usare il petto. The chest is the same as your belting. Yeah, thank you for that heads up about terms. It's really true. Alto is a lower voice. It's like a mezzo soprano. Chest voice, we're using this resonator. We have the front passage resonator and now the chest resonator. So let's do the whole song. We're going to do it now. So as we're getting up the karaoke, the track, what I want you to know is we have to now get our fourth wall with that beautiful dream. We're going to speak it there, and then we're going to throw the ball under. But during home, we're going to make it sparkly. Sound good? So the term belting means a mix. Yeah, that's the problem, is that they call belting is always mix. And actually, it can be mix. Like we're belting right now. Anastasia is a belted piece. There is mix, but I want you guys to understand more the full chest voice. You're saying that it's hard for you to get out of chest voice. I'm not so sure of that because I feel like sometimes my Brazilians, they're not in the full power of the chest. Also in Brazil, so often they talk about support for belting is different. So please really try to take my advice and try it, that you really use this belly button support also for the for any kind of style. And those of you guys who you feel like this is hurting right now, great job. I don't want you to keep singing. I want you to stop and just do it later. But that's telling me that you're at least engaging this and trying. It might be too much, but that's really cool. And if it's too much, you have to stop. It's not about trying to, you know, grind you to the ground. Belting is a style. It's using your chest voice, using your mixed voice. It's not the sparkly overtone harmonic. So right now we are belting. We're using our mixed talking voice. That's belting. We're also using our full chest voice for the last note when we throw the ball. So next time I'll be able to let you understand, because everybody around the world has different definitions. Yeah. So, you know, this is new. I'm just trying to, like we did that ga exercise. That's going to help you get into your chest voice now. That's going to be great. We're going to do the next one we do, we're going to do it much slower, so we have more time. Okay. So you love Part of Your World, Taylor? This is very much like Part of Your World, how it starts. It's really that talky place. So belting means we're going to do the beginning is mix talking. That's belting. And there's some chest in there, but we're doing it out of talking. Then we're going to get it even more chest voice living in it. And then we're going to do soprano, more legit, like sparkly for a home, love, family. And then we're going to go full out chest voice, throwing the ball under for the end, like we just did. So belting is all of that. It's all of that. But what you're learning is how much chest voice you can bring into things more than maybe what you did before. Maybe more, everybody said, only mix everything. If you can go to my Master Voice Teacher Reacts episode number 4, I talk directly about that. So next belt lesson, we'll really get that clear. Yeah, so the last note, you're saying, Julia, that it's hard to hold the last note. One problem you're having is you're using the word hold. We have to send the last note. So you're going to take a breath, throw the ball under, and send, and the belly buttons, and see your person and your dream, and you're sending the whole time. Don't think I'm holding a long note. Think I'm sending this beautiful tone, laser beam to my person. Okay? Try that, and that will really, really help. So Cynthia asks, if your body isn't strong enough, your voice might mix instead of voice to protect itself. It's an art form. It's an art form to learn how to use this chest voice. And if you've only done mix before, like when I was teaching in Australia, I found everybody was in a mix, even for their soprano. It was never like high, beautiful, sparkly notes. It was never low chest voice. It was all kind of nya, 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 nya. I mean, I'm being very general right now. So, but now what we're learning is the high sparkly, and we're learning that more chest. So it's just new. Don't worry. It's not about protection. It's just you've never done it before. So if you have your belly button, you'll be okay. Okay, so let's do this now. Yeah, send, don't hold. Even I will say, hold that note. No, no, no. We have to send the note. Okay, guys, here's the last one through. If you're too tired, just watch and do it later. Do it tomorrow. Because you are athletes. And if we've been out on the field for 3 hours and 29 minutes, it's a lot, you know? Okay. Here we go. You ready? So we've got our fourth wall. Put that beautiful dream there, and we're going to sing it right to that. Heart, don't fail me now. Courage, don't desert me. Don't turn back now that you're here. People always say through here life is full of choices. No one ever mentions fear or how the world can seem so vast. This is Mix on a journey, laser beam, to the past. Out of talkie place, not full chest, just talking. Somewhere down this road, I know someone's waiting. Years of dreams just can't be wrong. Throw from under, arms will open wide. I'll be safe and wanted. Find me home where I belong. Well, starting now, I'm learning fast. Throw under. On this journey, throw under the past. Did you send it? Did you get it? Now we're more sparkly. Oh, love, family. I was once a time, I must have had them too. Now throw under you. Somewhere down, one step at a time, one hope, then another. Who knows where this road may go? Throw under, back to who I was, on find my future, things my heart still needs to know. Yes, let this be, yes, throw under, let this road be mine. Let it lead me to my past and bring me home. Breath, here we go, send. Past How are you doing? So what belting means is, yes, there's mix. It's a style of music. And so there is mix there, talking, and then we're getting more of the chest resonator in the sound. Yeah, not just nya, 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 but just chest. Oh my gosh, how are you doing? Good. Great, Laura. You really did the revolutionary send. That's terrific. Good, Dalila. Wonderful. Yeah, you know what? I'm taking, if you guys want to make an unlisted YouTube video, you can also list it. But if you didn't want people to watch it, send it to me and I'll give you some feedback, okay? I'm doing that during the quarantine. I'm really happy to do that. So you can send it to me on my Instagram private page and just send me the link and then I'll be able to watch. And I'm happy to try to help you with that. Standing ovation. Good job. Sustaining the chest is kind of hard. You know what, Pearl? I think it's brand new for you. So it's just send me a video and I'm happy to give you a little feedback, okay? That the belly button has to lead it through the laser beam. So don't beat yourself up. It's just new. I do private lessons. I have a wait list right now. So just send me a message and send me a video as well so I can see where you're at. And if a space opens up, we can talk about it. I'll just send it to me. I think it's best like through Instagram, private message. That's good. Or Facebook also. I should get it. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I'd love to give you feedback, Lillian. Really, I'm doing that right now. So during this quarantine time, it's time to give you guys something special, and I want to see your work. So that would be great. There's just so many men of us on here. We can't do Zoom here. I'm not doing Zoom, but except for my private lessons, I'm doing FaceTime. Great, Emily Arroyo. Yeah, send me. I want to see, and I'll be able to help you. Yep, Instagram direct message is great, but sometimes it's hard to see the video. So unless you're really savvy at all that, try to send me an unlisted link, YouTube link, because that would be easier to see it for me. Yeah, in regards to privates, just send me a message. And like I said, I have a wait list, so I don't have any openings quite yet, but that may happen. Doris, wonderful. Oh, you guys, I'm so glad this is helping. This was a big class, you know, to go from legit to belt and get it all in less than 4 hours. It's a lot. So what I think I'm going to do next time is just do our warm up and work on legit. We'll do our warm up and work on only belt. And I know a lot of you really still have more belt questions, maybe even more than legit. So post anywhere you like what you'd like to work on. If you have any questions, men, also, I want to do a session for you guys. So post me anywhere you like what you'd like to do for that. Okay. You want me to do a Master Voice Teacher Reacts on Dean Martin? I love Dean Martin. That's such a cute idea. Oh, that's so great. You're auditioning for Matilda. That's a lot of this sort of, you know, talking place that we did a lot of today. Oh, great. Okay. I see you from Brazil. Bacamarbar. Scusa, I don't have the right thing, but perfect. Stephen. Yeah, send me actually, Stephen, send me one song. Rather, don't have time to look at, you know, a whole channel, but just send me your favorite that you feel like you want some feedback on. Oh, Ron, I'm so happy. Did this help, honey, to understand? Remember, ladies and gentlemen, how to get to the ladies' chest voice, that ga. You're just discovering what's under the hood, what you have. That's the first step. Great, Pearl. Oh, I'm so glad. And you're in the Philippines. Oh, my goodness. Yes. So Ron has asked for this phlegm drink, which is really a godsend. So if you feel like you're getting a cold or you have phlegm on your vocal cords, avoid milk and dairy if you can, cheese, stuff like that, because that creates phlegm. You get a big glass of water and you squeeze a lemon. And then you do a tablespoon of maple syrup, not honey, but maple syrup, and a dash of cayenne pepper, dash of red pepper. And you can do that in a big jug. You can just keep making it all day long and sip on it all day long. And it will get the phlegm off your throat immediately. And it helps also cure your cold, believe it or not. Thank you, guys. I'm so glad this is helping. Oh, great, Megan. I'm so glad you're here, honey. I can't wait to see your video on your belting. This will be really, really fun. Well, I'll be back here the same time next week. I'm thinking either doing a full legit class or a full belt class. Let me know what you prefer. And we got to get the men in on it. So the belt class will only be for women or the teachers that want to help teach it. But the legit can be for everybody. So glad you like I have my whole floor is covered with songs. So I had so many choices. We didn't get to all of them. Thank you, my darling Emily. Emma asked, cold water or warm water? You know, everybody's different. I found out. People tell me warm water only. I do really well with cold water. If you have really strong lungs, if you feel like you're a very strong lung person, it's called a pulmonarian. That's what I am. Cold water can be really good. If you feel like, I would go with your gut. If you feel like, ooh, I enjoy, like when you get up in the morning, do you want warm water or do you want cold water? Whatever you want, go for that. It's probably right. Yeah, you want a full belt class. I can see that. I think we need to do this because around the world, there are different ideas of what belting is. And what I'm teaching you is my method, but it's what works on Broadway because, you know, people that are on Broadway sound like this and have this sound. And some of you don't have the full belt sound. And please, please go to Master Voice Teacher Reacts and listen to I Dreamed a Dream. And I tell you my story. So if you're really curious about it, please go there. and watch that video. It's about 20 minutes long, and beautiful Randy Graff is singing I Dreamed a Dream, the original Fontaine on Broadway, and you'll understand more. Well, you can always drink, you know, warm water. Doesn't have to be hot, but I'm going to go have some cold water right now. Good. Any more questions before we sign off? We did 3 hours and 40 minutes, the longest one yet. Oh my God. I hope it wasn't confusing along the way, but I think we understand more. And you saw the Never Enough video. Awesome. It's still over. All the videos are still on my Facebook page, Mary Setrakian Official. What I'm going to do is put them toward the front of the page. I'm going to forward them so you guys can go look at those as well. Thank you, Emily. You're so rocking. Send me the link on direct message on Instagram. That would be fine. Or Facebook. You can certainly send me there. And they go to a different file. So probably Instagram is safer, because even if I don't know you, I'll get it. And I can see that it's you and that we're talking about the work. So this is great. So Kat, your head hurts. Now, does anybody hurt right now? I want to know if you're hurting. I think we had a lot of vibration in the head, you know. So, and it might also mean that we're tired. This is 3, and I'm a little tired right now myself. I'm going to really rest tonight. I'm going to drink a lot of water. I'm going to have a really good meal. So you might be hungry right now too if your head hurts. Meditation, perfect, Cynthia. Be sure to get hydrated, you guys. I always forget to drink water after I teach, and then I get a headache at night. I'm like, why? Oh, I forgot to drink water. So be sure to have a big couple cups of water. My stomach hurts, but my throat was hurting a bit earlier. Okay, well, it sounds like your throat stopped hurting, so that's good. And you know what? There may be, you're an athlete, and we've been doing the belly button moving in for 3 hours. When I do that, 3.5. When I do that in a rehearsal, my tummy hurts at the end of the day, but my throat doesn't. So just take it easy. That's the main thing. Right now, you've done enough singing for the day. Drink water. You know, don't even talk on the phone. Just relax, meditate, watch TV. Something that takes an Epsom salt bath. That's really good. That helps get the toxins out. We're moving stuff. I'm so glad you're learning new things. The art is, I can't read your handle, but anyway, thank you, darling. Soprano woman, oh my God. I'd love to get your feedback, my sweetheart. We did a lot of belting today and a lot of legit, a lot. So good night, good night. Setrakianators. Oh, that's really cute. Setrakianators. Oh my God. Setrakianators. That's a new thing. Okay. I love it. If you want to do that, we'll do it. Epsom salt bath. Yes, Cynthia. If your throat is hurting, yeah, that means you're not connected to your support into your resonators. That means there's something, an old habit of your throat. So feel free to send me a video and I can double check, but really go to vibration in your front passage. Virtual hugs right back to you guys. Really, really, thank you, sweetie. Thank you so much. My sweet sop gal, I miss you so much. We got to talk. Katie, it's a fan page. You're hilarious. We have an Instagram account. Are you kidding me? That is so cute. Okay, you guys, Setrakianators on Instagram. Oh, that is hilarious. You're freaking me out. Okay. Love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Send me your videos with little questions. We're going to get it all worked out slowly but surely. Remember, it's a process. Main thing, if something hurts, take it easy. If emotions are coming out, let them. Don't stop your emotions. Let the emotions, cry it out. Go like, drink a lot of water. Have fun with that. Okay? Good, 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 good. So again, if you have motions coming up, cry it out. Don't stop them. If you're tired and your throat hurts, stop singing. If your tummy hurts, stop. Take a rest. Have a lovely cup of tea. Throat coat tea is really good. If you've got a cold coming on, do that other drink I was saying. I'm still watching your messages. Yeah, now it's time to relax. We're athletes. We've been working all day. Now we get to cool out. It's going to be evening time. For some of you, it's the middle of the night. Just enjoy and really take good care of you. If you don't like throat coat tea, don't do it. It's got licorice in it, so you're probably not a licorice fan. I love it. Setrakianators, you're cracking me up. Yeah, lemon can be really, elderberry is really good for you, I understand. So that's great. Okay, my dears, see you next time. So Pearl, if you have nodules, were you saying your throat was hurting? That's not good. You have to be in your support and going to this vibrator here. You got to get out of your throat. So feel free to send me a video. Nodules is not good. That means you're not in your support. So lots of S's. That sternum pops out. Okay? Have a great night, you guys. Love you, Brazil. We'll get it all cleared up. You guys are doing so good. That's great, Laura. I'm sure I'll see them, honey. So I look forward to see them. Hi, Holly. Oh my gosh, you were here. How did you do? You're so good. I can't wait to hear your stuff. Okay, I'm going to sign off. Bye, 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 bye. Will they disappear soon? Pearl, I have to tell you, the only way to let nodules disappear is you have to change something. It sounds like if the support is resonating with you with the resonators, that's how, then you won't get stress on your vocal cords and they'll finally disappear. It's kind of like if you play the guitar. And you know, when you play the guitar, if you've ever tried it, you get calluses on your fingers because you're got your soft tissue on these strings. The only way to get those calluses off your fingers is to stop playing, is to not. So the only way to get the calluses or the nodules off your throat is to stop the stress that's making them hit each other. So I'm hoping that the S and the resonators here in your front passage really serves you. Okay. Great, Mara. I'm so glad you guys got some good information. Let's keep posted. See you next week. Same time, same station. Bring your friends and see you then. Okay. Lots of love to everybody. Thanks for everything. Ciao for now. Bye.